And was able to keep that party going all night. Woke up this morning, I saw a couple things I like here at Old Potawatomi Sportsbook, and I said, do my best Kyle Wallace here. Easy money.
No, I'll give a little bit more to it.
Easy money.
There you go. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You can see all of our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And there is a guest to my right, your left on the video screen. You will hear her voice in some of our social media videos, and you will hear her sprinkled into my Princeton Club reads. As well as right now, her name is Maddie, our social media aficionado. Maddie, welcome on to your official first appearance on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, boys. This is different, me over here.
Not behind the glass,
good, though,
safe
right?
with
It
Alex
does feel
Stro.
good. Yeah.
So, Maddie, you have started out as a teammate of ours in Cleveland and moved to Madison. Now you're in the Milwaukee area, specifically New
Yes.
Berlin. And so you've been doing your role in social media for quite some time, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I just want to provide a little bit of context there.
Okay.
Brad has no idea what's going on, which is phenomenal. I know Alex Stro has some audio ready to play. Maddie made an appearance at the AmFam Field Brewers
This is so bad.
celebration of the NL Central. They got the win masterfully from a Jake Bauer single in the bottom of the ninth. And Maddie, you got to meet Pat Murphy. We're going to hear how that went right now.
I know everybody in the room. We don't want to be remiss here if we... Do I know you, young lady?
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie what?
Maddie Hayes.
Where are you from?
From here.
And what are you doing here, Maddie? Just a stranger on the street?
Yeah, just gonna talk to you.
Maddie's my teammate today.
Is that right? I'd like to know there's been people in the room.
That's so bad.
That is
That's
the voice
so
of
bad.
Maddie Hayes talking with what likely is the NL Manager of the Year, Pat Murphy. And there's another voice you hear later in the audio clip. That is Dom Catronio, which you will hear on 620 WTMJ, Brewers Extra Innings, and a lot of other content throughout our sister station, 620 WTMJ. What the hell happened?
I don't know. I literally went home and I practiced. I was like, Madison Hayes, ESPN Milwaukee. Madison Hayes, ESPN. That's the answer. That's what I've done 100 times.
Strofe, let's go back.
From here.
Oh my God.
From here.
I panicked. That was a trick question. That was a trick question.
From here.
It's not a trick. Is where are you from a trick question?
It felt like you were searching for an answer.
No,
like,
'cause
what do I say?
In my head, I'm like, well, I'm from Akron, but then I lived in Cleveland, but then I moved to Madison, but I just moved to New Berlin, but I work at, like, I almost
That would have
said
been better
all that.
than from here. Like, do you have a bunk bed in American Family Field?
Yeah, he definitely was confused. He's like, do you work for the Brewers? Like, do I not?
And then Dom Catronio is like, she works with me for the day. Damn it.
Thank gosh.
Was-
Thank gosh he was there.
Was Manager Murphy, I almost call him Coach Murphy. I did that with Coach Council.
Coach Council.
Was he intimidating?
No, he's like the sweetest guy ever.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, like, it's a clinching game. The media section was full. It's usually just like, if anyone's there, like 3 or 4 people or 5, you know? Every row was full of media people. And then he's kicked
What
it
row
off.
were you in?
1.
So you were.
I was 1.
So yeah, it was an unfamiliar face to him.
Yes.
How many people would you estimate was in that room alongside of you?
30.
And
Stage fright?
of
I
30
think
people,
so.
he selected you?
It was a trick
Respectfully.
question.
I was like, that's
right.
a lot of people to be like, who are you?
Right, he looks at me and goes, "Young lady, like, who are you?" And I was like, I had my like TikTok live going. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I want the full
Oh,
clip
my
again
goodness.
because it is so cringeworthy and awesome to hear first name, last name, where you're from, what are you doing
Why
here?
was I
I've
so
never
shy?
seen you. And then again, the gem of this is Dom Catronio of 620 WTMJ just doing the she's with me.
I know everybody in the room. We don't want to be remiss here if we... Do I know you, young lady?
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie what?
Maddie Hayes.
Where are you from?
From here.
And what are you doing here, Maddie? Just a stranger on the street?
Yeah, just gonna talk to you.
Maddie's my teammate.
Yes.
What?
Never talk to you.
I'd like to know there's been people in the room.
See, like, the thing is I try to make friends with people.
Good job.
I try to like tell jokes.
Seemed like that went really well.
Well, you're so not shy.
I'm
like
not-
you're
no.
so incredibly outgoing, and like you just anything that even feels like an uncomfortable situation, you just march right in there and make it not uncomfortable. And so it's just like I've never seen this side of Maddie Hayes.
Yeah.
Alex
I didn't know who that
Stro,
was.
running the show at the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All Studios. You've known Maddie Hayes longer than all of us talking to her right now. What is your take on everything that transpired?
Yeah, this was an utter disaster on behalf of
God.
Madison Hayes, right? I've been in
Hey,
plenty
yo.
of press conferences and media settings with Maddie over the years. I have never heard anything this uncomfortable in my entire life. I would like to once again highlight this small clip here, Maddie. I want to know what went through your head.
Where are you from?
From here.
Where are you from? From here. First off, that's not true. You do not live in American Family Field. Second off, you've been in Milwaukee for a week and a half. So, again...
But I don't even live in Milwaukee.
Well, you live in the Milwaukee suburbs. We're not going to put your apartment address over the radio airwaves, but yes.
I live in New Berlin next to the Princeton Club. We all know this.
Okay, fair enough. Now, you said from here. I don't think
Yes.
that's what he was asking. How long after him asking you that question did you realize that's not what he was asking?
When the next person went and they said their name and affiliate, and I go, oh, that's what he was asking.
Have you ever been in a press conference where you have said, Madison Hayes, ESPN blank?
Yes, 1,000 times. But he kicked it off with, "Hey, who are you?"
So should we not have kicked off the show with you, or are you going to be okay? Because it can't go worse than it did yesterday on the air right now.
It literally can't go worse. That thank gosh for Dom
What
being
went
there.
through- what went-
800-990-3776. We're going to do a little get to know you with Madison Hayes to see if she can answer questions from
Hi.
KBN fans better than she could Pat Murphy. 800-990-3776. Line up the phone lines. Let's see if she can do better than she did when Pat Murphy asked her, "Where are you from?"
Where am I from?
Here. Hi, Maddie Hayes.
But do you think he left the situation being like, "Wow, she was really nice"?
No, I don't think. I
think
think he was happy to celebrate and pop champagne. Personally,
Yeah, there was probably a moment of, wow, that girl was really struck, really shocked.
I don't know that
And then just
struck
I moved
was the
right
word.
along.
I
But-
think, all due respect, Madison, I think he might have walked away going, wow, that girl was dumb.
No. Because
they're
I'll tell you
friends.
what,
He can
What
say
was,
that.
what was the next biggest interview you've ever been a part of?
interview I've been a part of.
Like an
I think-
instance where it'd be like, yeah, maybe you'd be a little nervous in that.
I think when I talked to Woj,
Okay.
that was a big one. Yeah.
You just
R.I.P.
retired. Yeah, R.I.P. his career.
Yeah, and I would say it went just about the same way of where I was really embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I try to make jokes.
All right, so you were in the locker room yesterday. Tell us the.
From here.
See I was just deciding what to say. I was like, from Akron.
Take us inside the locker room. I want to know the coolest things that you saw. The Jackson Churio story is amazing. Take us inside the Brewers locker room after they won the game and knew they could celebrate not only the win but winning the National League Central.
Well, we were all waiting outside the locker room for a minute, and we were all like, it was kind of taking a little longer. All the reporters like, oh, this is taking a little longer than usual. Turns out we were waiting for Uke to get down to the locker room because they didn't want to start the celebration without him. And the second we go in, champagne, cigars everywhere. Jackson Churio had his sparkling grape juice and his non-alcoholic drinks.
Did you get drenched?
drenched? Literally drenched. The second, and I'm 5
Did you
foot
get
tall.
secondhand buzz?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, not at all. 100% sober.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
Did you have any eye protection, ski goggles?
No, I had nothing. Literally, some of our teammates were like, "Do you have protection? Do you have a plastic bag? Do you have anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm going like this. This is what's happening."
So the clothes that you wore all day, wore for the game, and then went
Yes.
home in.
Oh,
just straight up drenched.
After we were in the locker room, they go out in the field to take pictures, and some of our teammates were like, "Oh, we saw you in the field. You were soaking wet." I'm like, "Yep."
I want to rearrange a meet and greet with Pat Murphy and Maddie Hayes. That will happen. You need to sit front row again in a press conference, and you need to ask the first question. And not only do you need to say who you are and your affiliate, you need to literally tell him your life story.
Okay.
And he'll appreciate it because he says he wants to get to know everyone in the room, and he'll be impressed by you.
Maybe he'll be like, "Oh, I'll never forget that press conference. You were so sweet, so nice."
No, was the press conference before or after the champagne shower?
Okay, the press conference was before the game because he had a press conference after the Cubs lost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he might have been thinking to himself, "Hey, there's that chick again." She's in the locker room.
No, for sure. See, I pride myself on being people's comfort person in the media room. I laugh at all the jokes. I am.
Oh, guys, you're like an affirmer.
Yeah,
she's the punter of NFL locker rooms.
Everyone's friend.
That's a great.
You are, Maddie, and you're darn proud of it.
Thanks,
Ben
Brad.
Brust, Brad Nortman, alongside Maddie Hayes, our social media correspondent at ESPN Milwaukee. Alex Stro running the show. I do want to get to Adam Schefter because he brought some information to the table about Jordan Love. We're live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Maddie, we're done with you for now. Please go practice your introduction for your next press
Madison
conference.
Hayes is from Milwaukee. Got it.
Madison Hayes, ESPN Milwaukee, live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel and the Sportsbook. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We'll be back with more.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Giannis does look like a longer, he beats on his body, like kind of plays so rough. You wonder about. Shut up, Max. Yeah.
I'm not letting that one.
Yeah, I just realized beats on his body. Like I meant like physical.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Physicality down
come
there.
On, Kyle.
No, you guys are. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure your minds are in the gutter. Grow up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Will it be Jordan Love back under center for the green and gold this week? Or does Malik Willis get a chance at taking down his old team in Nashville? Keith Neitzel, Brian Balaga, and John Anderson get you ready for kickoff on Sunday morning. Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Sunday morning starting at 9, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Marquette High junior running back Tommy Devantney. In last Friday night's game against Germantown, the Hilltoppers were trailing late in the second quarter. When Devantney started to turn things around, it ended up being a 30-0 run for the Hilltoppers to end the game. 3 touchdowns later for Devantney, and it's a 36-10 Hilltoppers win. The star running back for the defending champions has 10 touchdowns already on the season, which is a statewide lead. It's not just the gridiron, though, that you see the junior starting to get his stride. Devantney is also on the varsity basketball team for the Hilltoppers. Congratulations to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Tommy Devantney from Marquette University High School.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com/MVP to book today.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You got me feeling like a Sunday. You got me saying hallelujah, saying praise. You got me feeling like the
I feel like a Sunday because that means the Green Bay Packers will be playing football this weekend against the Tennessee Titans. Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with me. We're hanging out at Potawatomi Casino Hotel's brand new sports book. Alex Stro running the show back at the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All Studios. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line for you, KBN Nation, to get involved. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, I do want to get to something that Adam Schefter tweeted earlier in the day because, again, when it comes to Jordan Love, there's been so much information presented that I do like to see how things have shifted from what was the opening game Friday night against the Philadelphia Eagles to panic, to no sleep for Packer fans, to holy cow, this could be way quicker than any of us could have ever imagined. And with that, he tweets on Twitter X, despite what was projected to be a 3 to 4 week absence due to his knee injury, there is a chance that Packers quarterback Jordan Love can make it back in time to start Sunday against the Titans. Quote, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays this week, one source said. It's definitely day-to-day, like he said, and 50-50 at best right now. The larger point being that even if Love cannot make it back Sunday, he'll have a realistic chance to return next week at home versus the Vikings, which would mark a 2-game absence.
I mean, hearing that, I would not believe those words a week and a half ago after that Friday night game. Saturday morning after the game, I mean, his recovery going from seemingly cataclysmic to now shrinking down to potentially one game is unbelievable. Regardless of if Jordan Love or Malik Willis plays on Sunday, I am resting my head on the pillow at night and I'm sleeping like a baby because this says to me that everything that the Green Bay Packers want is still right in front of them. I'm not going to lie, Ben. Even before the season started, I looked at the first couple of weeks and said, I think the Packers are going to lose to the Eagles. I think they're going to beat the Colts. What do you know? Throughout all this drama, they're still in that same position of 1-1 going into a Tennessee Titans team that's 0-2, and you don't know who your QB is going to be, but you still like your chances either way. So the fact that they have been able to get to the point where even if Jordan Love doesn't play on Sunday, 50-50, I still am shocked at that and amazed by it, knowing that he's going to come back either way Sunday against Minnesota in a week and a half or so. That brings me a lot of peace, and that's a really important game, obviously, because they're the kings of the division right now.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing you always got to continue to remember when it comes to the NFL. When you play the holy cow, the schedule's out, and you start trying to pick out the wins, pick out the losses, pick out what the record's going to be, you may end up getting around the same prediction, right? If you had 9 wins or 10 wins, you still might end up doing that, but it never works out the way that you think. It's never chalk. It's the NFL, right? Even when you think about this weekend against the Tennessee Titans, everyone will look at the Tennessee Titans and say, this team's no good. If Jordan Love plays, this should be a win on the record. But again, I can't sit here confidently and say that based off the fact that there are statistics that would show you that this isn't the Indianapolis Colts, because it's a team that is second in yards allowed in the NFL as a defense. Part of that has to do with the fact that they did play the Chicago Bears, and they can't quite move the ball with their offensive line. Part of that has to do with the fact that the Jets, I believe, are still finding their way offensively with a hobbled Aaron Rodgers coming off an injury. But there's so many variables that go into place. But I will say, even though I just said you can't pick out the wins, I'm not picking this out as a win. I'm picking this out as a huge opportunity because of the fact that, if you are able to go 2-1 after what felt like, as you said, a cataclysmic injury to Jordan Love, I'll keep saying this is Giannis 2.0. Giannis in the Eastern Conference Finals hyperextended his knee, and maybe because he's so long and lengthy, his hyperextension looked worse than any other hyperextension I've ever seen. Jordan Love's knee shifted. And I talked to some people that are in the medical field. They're like, yes, it looked bad, but that so you can cool me on that. That is a shift of the knee, but to the public, it looked like something popped. It looked like it was like something horrible. If the Packers can find a way to get a win, Malik Willis or Jordan Love, knowing that what I just said, that it looks pretty good to come back and play at home against the Vikings, against a divisional opponent, all your worries and all the bets that Brad Nortman and Kyle Wallace and all of everyone, even betting aside, believed in their predictions of the Packers going to playoffs, those are right there, right in front of you.
Well, and that's what's been strange to me, is because there seems to have been this collective step backward as far as who the Packers are, what their expectations are for the year. We even had this conversation earlier in the week when the power rankings come out, and Mark Tauscher was up in arms about, oh my gosh, the Packers fell after a win and after the display they put on against the Indianapolis Colts. And so I look at this and say, man, this is one of those situations where maybe it took something like this to remember how lucky you are to have a quarterback like Jordan Love, and to remember that everything is still in front of you. My expectations have not changed for this team. And either way, I'm curious to see what Matt LaFleur does on Sunday, because either way, he's going to have Malik Willis, who is limited in his own way, running the offense.
Let me take a timeout. I want the former NFL player who's been in locker rooms, who's been in situations where Derek Anderson stepped in for Cam Newton when you were with the Carolina Panthers. You have two scenarios. What does the game plan look like with Malik Willis, and what does the game plan look like with a Jordan Love who could be clear but still not be 100%? How do you go about the game against the Titans?
Well, this is what's fascinating, right? Because if you have Malik Willis, you're using a game plan that is run heavy, probably run heavy either way. But when you do pass, you're probably going to want to use his mobility, right? But if you have Jordan Love in there, you're going to prevent him from being mobile. So you're probably using two different leans of the playbook. I'm guessing, and this is why Matt LaFleur is so smart to use the word limited. He's not going into detail about what they're doing, what they're not doing, how many reps.
Wait, did you hear the latest from Matt LaFleur?
More limited?
Per Rob Domofsky on Twitter, no surprise, but Packers coach Matt LaFleur would say about Jordan, all he would say, I think he missed a word there, about Jordan Love is he was limited. He wouldn't commit to Love for sure practicing tomorrow, but he said if he did, he would be
limited.
Very, very, very good Brad Nortman.
Because if he was going to go into detail, it would be revealing about the Packers' game plan. Are they splitting reps? Is he watching? Limited could mean he's doing individual drills and nothing else. No team reps. Limited could also mean he's getting 75% of the team reps and Malik Willis is getting 25%. There's so much gray area behind limited. Matt LaFleur has shown that he can scheme any quarterback, any defense, any variety of playmakers that he has, and with the cherry on top of last week's game. So I'm guessing he has two contingencies in. Remember, who was out last year? Was it Aaron Jones? Remember there was a game plan where someone he thought was going to play, and then we got to like game time and they were out Saturday and he'd like change his entire playbook. Who was that? I'm blanking on the name.
I'm going to need your help here on this one because there was a lot of injuries, whether it be Christian Watson and Dontavian Wick steps up, or Bo Melton or Malik Heath.
Strofe, is that ringing a bell?
I'm sorry. Are you looking for the game?
Who is the player that was out that Matt LaFleur thought all week was going to play, but then on Saturday heard not playing and he had to change the game plan?
Bakhtiari?
Either way.
Either way. The point being
I'm not sure if it was Aaron Jones, whatever, and the current the injuries of all the perimeter players
last year, but I don't know if that's what you're referencing.
Okay, there was a game where there was a marquee player who he built a game plan around playing, and then they didn't play, and he had to rearrange the game plan. I remember he was not happy about it. long story short, he's familiar with this. He's familiar with guys being available. Maybe it's a last-minute call, having contingencies in the game plan. He's probably working with 2 different game plans. He's got the Malik Willis one on his left. He's got the Jordan Love on his right. And he's able to say, you know what? This is what we're going to work with. We need to have comfort with both of them.
How hard is it for the rest of the team?
Very hard. I mean, they know the plays, but most guys like to know, even as easy as this one, Ben, the first 20 plays are scripted. They're scripted. You probably have 2 different scripts. And the guys find comfort in knowing what the scripts are going to be. They find comfort in knowing what the plays that are going to be run. But you certainly have one set of script for Malik Willis, another set of script for Jordan Love. So
did you know what those scripts were as a punter? Were you in meetings where the whole team got to see what the script was?
I never attended those deeply game plan meetings, but they would always run it on the Friday and Saturday beforehand. For sure, the Saturday, the walkthrough, you run through the scripted plays. So we're sitting back, we're watching, as we most of the time do.
Did you ever say, this sucks, it ain't going to work?
Most of the time, it's like, ooh, I like that. Give the ball to, Jay Stu, and then you throw it down to Greg Olson. I like what we're doing here, OC. I like it. I
ever let them know?
Nah, kept it to myself. But it's a challenge. In the same way, everybody needed to take a collective step forward. We need to do 10% more to help out Malik Willis. It's no different this week. It just looks a lot different. Everybody needs to be a bit more flexible, be a bit more prepared for the unprepared, because how about this scenario? What if they throw Jordan Love in there? What if he doesn't even get re-injured, but there's just a sense of he's not ready? We got to put Malik Willis back in there. There's so many contingencies that Matt LaFleur and this offense and all the teammates around need to be prepared for. And I know we're going to have Brian Balaga on later in the show at 4:45. I can't wait to ask him the same question, because he's going to have a completely different mindset being an offensive lineman. I mean,
he's somebody who actually walked through offensive plays.
Well, yeah, but I was there. I was within reaching distance of watching them go through plays. So it's a challenge for Matt LaFleur. But if there's anyone that shows that he can do it, and if he wants to prove that he is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, as I crowned him earlier in the week, this is another opportunity for him to do so, where Malik Willis, Jordan Love, 2 very different quarterbacks with seemingly a coin flip in who is going to play on Sunday.
Maybe we do this, Strofe, on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Simply put, right, if Jordan Love doesn't play, do the Packers win against the Titans with Malik Willis?
Do the Packers win with Malik Willis?
Don't like your hesitation.
They can.
No, I don't like cans. We are doing a radio show. I know I gave you a chance to talk about scripted plays and put your Switzerland hat on. I need an answer.
I'm going to go with they do not win.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go with they do not win.
If Malik Willis plays, Brad Nortman says that this team will not win against the Tennessee Titans.
I think they win with
I think we can change the poll, Strofe.
A lot happened there.
Yes, I think we can change the poll.
Brad, don't suck at your job for a minute. And then Brad said, hey, Packers fans, eat this turd.
And now we get to put it on Twitter, KBN ESPN. Brad Nortman says if Malik Willis plays and Jordan Love doesn't, he does not believe that they win. Do you agree or disagree? 800-990-3776. We'll get your responses on that and see the results on Twitter and share them with you. But it is a Thursday, which means we have 2 great segments in a row. Becoming relevant with Alex Strofe, and of course over-under with a chance to win a gift card, as Brad and I are only together versus not having Kyle Wallace here with us to team up in over-under. So a whole lot to get to. Jason Wilde, we're live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Don't go anywhere. A lot to get to. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
My offer, as we've come up with at KBN, thanks to JD and Fondy, reutilizing Judy, who is still in my garage right now.
Is she a big booty Judy or a little flapjack booty Judy?
She's got a little something to her. I'll say that.
Oh, she got some
Judy the blow-up doll. She got a little something to her.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Looking for that ultimate game day hangout during football season? Welcome to Magoo's on the Mound. Now open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. With 13 TVs, you won't miss a moment of the action. Enjoy our free 100-square pool with amazing prizes and a complimentary halftime buffet. Plus, we've got great drink specials to keep you cheering. And don't forget, we offer shuttles to and from all Milwaukee baseball games. Magoo's on the Mound, where green and gold fans gather and where every game day is a win.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps, it's just you against the numbers. All you do, pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. Prize Picks, the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks, your picks are still alive. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and you can use code WI. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code WI on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Save big on your next project right now at Menards. Save time on your paint project with help from Duck Clean Release Painter's Tape. Use on walls, trim, glass, wood, or metal for clean removal and clean paint lines every time. Save big and get a 3-pack of Duck Clean Release Painter's Tape on sale now through September 22nd. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Michelle, can you believe I've had 20 beers?
What?
I said, can you believe Professional Construction Inc. has been around for 20 years?
Sure, that's what you said. It feels just like yesterday we started the business.
In all seriousness, we want to say thank you to our valued customers, family, and friends.
And all those who have helped us get to this huge milestone. So from our family to yours, thank you.
Professional Construction Inc., your go-to contractor for 20 years.
Cheer on your UW Whitewater Warhawks as they return home to face Mary Hardin Baylor this Saturday at Perkins Stadium. These perennial Division III football national powers kick off at 1 p.m. Be there for this huge non-conference matchup on Alumni Day in Whitewater. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com or the day of. Experience national championship level college football this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome in the Crusaders at 1 p.m. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat.
Live from Potawatomi's Casino Sportsbook. It's amazing. A 2,000 square foot video wall, great food, 200 people seating. You got kiosk galore if you want to place a bet. We're going to get to a couple of things that Brad Nortman likes, which, again, Brad doesn't put money on things unless he's done his research. And I know that Brad has done so because he texted me this morning, which you'll love to see. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman. No Kyle Wallace. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. It's time to go now to Alex Stro for Becoming Relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Fellas, I think I'm the Brewers' good luck charm.
They did lose when I was there with Brad, and they did win when you were there.
Do you feel as though you have some responsibility for them winning the division. I guess they already won it. But
Mad City Brew in the both on Twitter and on our YouTube chat at ESPN Milwaukee said the only KBN member allowed to go to Brewers games from this point forward is Alex Stro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he thinks I'm cursing the Brewers because of my Wade Miley jersey that was signed by Christian Yelich, and then Christian Yelich got hurt. Wade Miley's hurt, so he does not want me near American Family Field. He did like my tweet of driving by American Family Field, seeing fireworks with Euchre's voice.
That was a great
calling,
tweet.
which I knew was going to be a Jake Bauer single. What's up, Stro?
Very illegal, but great video.
Yeah, it was so good that I was willing to risk the potential citation that would come from the Milwaukee Police Department to my desk.
It might still be coming to your desk. We will all find out together. But the good news is, Benny, you will not be at your desk this weekend. I will not be at my desk this weekend. Kyle Wallace will not be at his desk this weekend. And I recently found out Brad Nortman won't be at his desk this weekend. We have not discovered until earlier today, all four of us are going on mini vacations this weekend, out of state, and we hadn't established that until today.
So yeah, that's poor communication right there.
Poor communication, but I want Strofe, I want you to give a pitch. I want you to give a pitch right now on your vacation and why it's better than all of ours, and we'll do the same.
So should I say where everybody's going first?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, let's start here. Kyle Wallace is currently on an airplane to New Orleans, Louisiana, for a bachelor party. Brad Nortman is returning to his homeland of Jacksonville, Florida this weekend as he goes to the Jags game. Ben Brust headed to a wedding in Charlotte, North Carolina. Alex Stro chasing the pack, baby. I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to be rowdy, riding up and down Broadway Street, cracking carblesses and all the in-betweens, chugging alcoholic beverages and watching Malik Willis or Jordan Love or both of them slinging it in Nissan Stadium. We know who's his best. So that's my pitch.
I was just going to say, we all lose.
Compared to that?
I don't have a pitch for that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Brad, you're
going
to sit around a fire in Jacksonville with your old friends and sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, I'm going to see old friends. We got an awesome hotel on a beach, so love that little beach life. But to be very chill, very refreshing. Yeah. I mean, we're going to be getting after it. We're going to be having plenty of fun.
Are the Jags at home this weekend?
No, they're not. They play Monday night at Buffalo, and I think we're going to see some friends watch the game.
Oh, so you're gone Monday.
So we're not going to the game.
Anyone want to go to Charlotte where your fiance is in the wedding, so you're like tagging along? And
I think Ben has respectfully the worst one because Kyle's in New Orleans for a bachelor party.
I've been to bachelor parties in New Orleans. Those are awesome.
Yeah, that will be. I cannot wait to hear the stories.
If I had to power rank the trips of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman and Strofe, just in case my fiance is listening, I'm going to go 1 is us going to Charlotte.
Right after
Smart man,
saying,
Ben.
This sucks. I'm going to be by myself. But just in case my fiance is listening, it goes number 1.
Number 2, I'm going to go with Jacksonville, actually.
Hey, let's go, Ben.
I'm not going to lie. The idea of being beachside, very chill. Again, this is situational. You can chime in 800-990-3776 of which vacation you would rather go to.
Let me add, we are staying at the nicest hotel in Jacksonville on the beach.
Wow.
We're going swanky, boys.
All right, so number 1 is me with an asterisk because I am going to a wedding with my fiance in Charlotte. Number 2 is kind of number 1, Jacksonville on beachside at a nice hotel. Number 3 is Nashville, where the Green Bay Packers are playing. I'm not great with like crowds and a ton of people and all of that. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be a fun time, but I'm already getting anxious thinking about being in Nashville and Broadway Street being packed with people. And then number 4 is New Orleans.
This is the worst list in the history of lists.
No, it's spot on. It's how I would do it,
Brad, what is the nicest hotel in Jacksonville? A 2-story motel with a balcony?
No, it's the Ponte Vedra Inn and Club. That's nationally ranked.
Baby, Inn and Club?
Yeah, that is nationally ranked as a luxury hotel.
Okay. Yeah. Jacksonville is number 2, Ben?
Yes, because of the Quadra Vita Inn and Motel Inn
Ponte
Club.
Vedra.
This is true. I'm going to watch the Packers. As I said to Ben Brust yesterday, watch a Packers game for once in your life, would you? I'm not only
but you might get Malik Willis, which, with all due respect, wouldn't be
Willis
that can be a lot of
revenge
fireworks, be a lot of running the football.
It's the revenge game. This is the biggest game of Malik Willis's career.
Allegedly.
I think a unanimous bachelor party in New Orleans being last makes a lot of sense to me. You're off the show tomorrow, Ben. Strophe, you're off the show tomorrow. It's me and Kyle. I'm concerned he's going to have the capacities to be able to do a show. He's in a bachelor party. They probably are going out tonight.
I would love to hear Kyle hungover on a show.
Oh my gosh, and
not have to deal with it for the record.
Instead of easy money, he'll probably be like, yeah, it's easy money. It's easy money.
I don't know what Kyle's like overserved, because I don't think he gets after it like that. But when you're in New Orleans, it just happens.
Yeah, it's an obligation at a bachelor party, especially.
Ryan chimes in, Ben, it's showing you're getting older because you would choose Jacksonville over New Orleans. That is true.
Yeah.
Chef Ed, Strophe is close, but Kyle in New Orleans is the best. Bradley, you were all packed up for Jacksonville in February, asked Dave from Aaron.
My anxiety is high. We're not done packing yet.
What? Who are you?
I don't know. I don't feel good about it. I'm going to go race right home and finish packing because it's all I think about right now.
Bradley,
I know I'm kind of thinking about the show, but I'm thinking about my suitcase empty, and it's got to get filled up. We're way past due.
So, Bradley, I'm very glad you brought that up because I am having the same dilemma. Now, I do not pack 6 months in advance like you, but I do like to pack more than 30 minutes in advance. I have not put one undergarment, not one sock in a suitcase yet, and I am slated to leave tonight.
No. What time is your flight?
Well, we're driving, so we're leaving 4 a.m. But I'm driving somewhere to stay tonight to make the drive a little bit shorter.
So what time are you leaving your place? So what is your time window
guys, I
to get
packed in
everything done?
15 minutes this morning for a flight tonight, and my fiance simply just said, "You are a simple man."
You are a simple man. 15 minutes?
15 minutes. Toiletries, some clothes, here's a suit, here's some pants, here's some shoes and socks. Let's go!
Wow. That's lightning fast. How fast are you going to be, Strophe?
Not fast.
I'm more like
I take my time.
I'm more thoughtful than that. I try to, pack by outfit and by occasion, thoughtfully think through the weekend. Okay, I'm doing this on this day. I'm seeing that person. We're out to dinner. I got to make sure it's this outfit. It's very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. Is that crazy?
Well, how much in advance do you typically pack?
A month minimum.
For Paris, that makes sense to pack well in advance, right? That was at least 6 weeks ahead of time. This is 3 nights in Jacksonville. Normally we'd be well packed by now. I would probably say at least a week in advance. At least a week. Everything is done. The suitcase is zipped, and we already have the luggage. We have a luggage weigher so that you can weigh your luggage.
You have a luggage weigher at your home?
Yeah, so we can weigh it to make sure it's under 50 pounds, and we get that baby to 50.0 every time. It's unbelievable. It's one of the best purchases I've ever made. For literally a $10 or less purchase, one of the best purchases I've ever made.
I think that's it for becoming relevant. What do you think, Strophe?
Yeah, Brad ruined it.
Brad ruined it. Brad has a scale at his home to weigh his luggage. What a dork.
It is a amazing invention.
Real quick, Benny, Nick on Twitter chimes in that Ben Brust went full coward with those rankings, possibly the worst list in the history of radio.
No, it's just representative of being a dad of an 8-month-old kid. Trust me, I take no pride in those rankings. I really don't. When Brad says that's exactly how I would have power ranked him, I was like, oh, damn, I'm lame.
Welcome to the team, Benny. Welcome to the team.
It's time now to play over-under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Caller 6, caller 9. You will be the contestants. Here's how the game works. Alex Strophe has a category that he will give to caller number 6. They have an opportunity to say over or under based off the line that he sets. Brad and I get 10 guesses to get as many right answers in that category as possible. We always shoot for the over. We want to win. But you can fade us. You can win by choosing under. Someone's walking away with a gift card. 800-990-3776. Caller 6 and caller 9 for over-under. That's coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I'm sure he'll offer this opportunity again.
Absolutely
What are you going to
not.
sell? What are you going to say to Ben Brust?
I'm saying you don't get your hand on my goddamn face. No, it's a no. I can say it in different languages. No, no, no.
Niche or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Nine.
Nine. That's a firm way to say no.
Nine. Next time we say nine.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
You still had a cigarette lighter in there.
No, we should all be dead.
An ashtray.
They have the station wagons where the people in the back were facing the other direction.
The Homer Hour with Homer.
The Packers got more money than God, so there's in the NFL there's no shortage. Yes, we need fundamentally in the NFL, anything Detroit does, you just assume you can do it better.
Weekdays from 5 to 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
Our goal is to provide patients with the strongest, most effective, and safest options in this exciting field of regenerative medicine.
Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
The idea that you can avoid a joint replacement is very exciting.
And that's from a surgeon who's done thousands of joint replacements, but who now believes there's a better way.
Regenerative medicine, as we understand it today, gives lasting pain relief, improved function, without surgery, without drugs.
Under Dr. Shinekup's leadership, QC Kinetics medical professionals treat patients every day with the most advanced protocols in natural biologics. Literally tens of thousands of people all over America.
I've been doing research on regenerative medicine for 2 decades. This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Jeff Levering here, asking the question, what does baseball have in common with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Manufacturing. Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams have a similar homegrown strategy by developing its own players in the minors. Testing. Pella tests every product thousands upon thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. The ultimate test for baseball players to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Pella is also the window and door equivalent of hitting for the cycle. Quality craftsmanship and innovative design are built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. And now, Gina Della from Pella is here to call the big finale.
Thanks, Jeff. Pella windows and doors are best in class, not only from the endless styles, but for the features you can't see. And now for something you almost can't believe. Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Hurry, the deal lasts only until September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers are NL Central Division champions for a second straight year. They became the first Major League team this season to clinch a playoff berth. It's after the Oakland A's defeated the Chicago Cubs and former manager Craig Counsell. Current manager Pat Murphy says he watched the final outs of the Cubs game with longtime Brewers broadcaster Bob Uecker.
I was with Uke. Uke and I watched the last, we were doing our show, and I got to watch it. What's better than that?
The Crew have won the division crown 3 of the last 4 years and 4 in the last 7. The Brewers took 2 out of 3 from the likely playoff-bound Phillies at AmFam Field. They continue their homestand with a 4-game weekend set against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Very excited to play over-under right now from Potawatomi Casino Hotel's brand new sportsbook. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace, Alex Stro running the show. You can get it in the show at 800-990-3776. Let's hit the open for over-under, because apparently there's a contestant clash.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, guys.
All right, can I guess?
I would like you to guess, yes.
Is it one of the members of the Royal Franklin family versus another member of the Royal Franklin family?
No, but you are on the right track. Sherry and Franklin, who is in the Royal family, is caller 6, and she is on the over today. Caller 9 was Chef Ed in Milwaukee, who is on.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, people are going to think I rigged this. This is unbelievable. So we've got Sherry, member of the royal family. She, her and her husband, Mike, often call in. So Sherry is caller 6 on the over. Chef Ed was caller 9 on the under. And I can't be accused of rigging because a lot of our callers, like, it will say first and last name on the caller ID. Both of these individuals, it just says phone call.
Wireless
caller, I think it says. Yeah. I can't believe, like, I'm more excited about this part of the game than I am the actual game.
Remarkable.
What's our over-under and what's our category?
Yeah, so Sherry on the over, Chef Ed on the under. The over-under is 7.5. Today's category, fellas, I am looking for the top 10 leading rushers in the NFL through the first 2 weeks. This is rushing yards only. Top 10 rushing yard leaders in the NFL through 2 weeks. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
I can confidently say Josh Jacobs.
Yep,
final
Josh
answer.
Jacobs.
Yeah, that's right. Josh Jacobs, number 3, 235 yards.
Devon Achane, final answer. Come on. That's tough.
How about J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbins, final.
That is number 1, 266 yards.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, final answer.
That's number 6 with 198. Von Achane, by the way, is 23rd, only 120 yards on the season.
Man, he's been catching a lot of passes this year. It's been bizarre. I should have known that. Okay. It's not DeAndre Swift. I'm going through the division. Aaron Jones might be on there.
Yeah, I was tempted to say Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, final.
Nope, he's number 20.
We suck.
Let's
2
think. Who else here?
minutes.
You've
All right, I'm going around the
miss
league.
another one, just so you know.
All right.
How
Rams, I don't think Kyron's had a really great year.
No.
Kenneth Walker, I think, might be on there, but he got hurt.
What about, like, James Conner?
James Conner, final answer.
Good pull by Brad. He's number 9, 172 yards.
Keep going throughout the teams. No one from the Cowboys.
What about San Francisco? The guy, I mean, he tore it up that first week.
Jordan Mason, final answer.
Darn tootin', he's number 2, 247 yards.
Who else?
Not even going to acknowledge I said darn tootin', huh?
We got to stay focused here. Travis Etienne, maybe.
Maybe. I guess let's keep him on the side.
I know. Bijan. Bijan had a really good game.
Yeah,
Let's go Bijan.
It's a brutal
1 minute.
That's a brutal way to lose.
Come on.
He was number 11, 2 yards short of cracking this list.
That is brutal.
That sucks.
Well, Jonathan Taylor probably is. We probably should have gotten him.
No, he's not. He's
number
not getting
12.
volume.
Really?
I just got to keep playing for a second here,
Yeah.
Stro. Let me keep thinking.
Saquon Barkley?
He's been touchdown heavy. Not that. I actually don't. I mean, just say Saquon. I don't think he's on there. Let's see if I'm stupid.
Yeah, you are. He's number 4, 204 yards.
Was Travis Etienne on there?
Nope. Etienne is not on the list. Let's just run through the answers, fellas.
Gosh, that was brutal.
Hey, the royal family goes down. Chef Ed on his way up. Are you smarter
Wow,
than might
Chef
not be his
Ed.
game? Over under is. All right, you got the top 3. Really, the top 4 is you got Saquon there late. But just to run through it, J.K. Dobbins, number 1, 266 yards. What a comeback season he is having. Jordan Mason from San Francisco, number 2 at 247 yards. At 235 yards and in third place is Josh Jacobs of the Green Bay Packers. Saquon Barkley, number 4, at 204 yards. The final 200-yard rusher, 201 yards on the season, is the New England Patriots' Ramondre Stevenson.
Ramondre! They run the ball every freaking play.
Yep. You got Alvin Kamara at number 6 with 198 yards. I think you're going to kick yourself over 2 of these. Number 7 was Joe Mixon of the Houston Texans.
Joe Mixon.
He was out last game, and I wasn't sure.
He had a massive week for 184 yards through 2 weeks for him. Brian Robinson of the Commanders, number 8, 173 yards.
Yeah, he's been sneaky good.
You got
Just
James
no one
Conner.
pays attention to the Commander.
Yeah, you got James Conner, though. He always seems to be on this list, 172 yards at number 9. And you notice I never said the term running back.
Taysom Hill?
No, not Taysom.
Kyler Murray?
Not Kyler Murray.
What's his name?
Baltimore, right?
Lamar.
Wow. Yeah, the reigning league MVP. That would be his
Yeah,
name.
what's
Lamar
his name?
Jackson is number 10 at 167 yards. And
I hate losing
Bijan
that
at
game.
165, yeah. At number
Yikes.
11.
I hate when I lose because I got to continue to run the show, and I just want to sit here and pout.
Yeah. That loss, it always feels different.
Especially when it goes to Chef Ed, too. It's like the worst thing ever. I'd rather win for the royal family than...
Has the royal family ever lost? Is this the first loss?
As far as I'm aware, I believe this is one of their first losses, if not the first loss. They always pick the over. Sherry was telling me off the air how much she loves the show and how she believes in you two. So...
that's even more frustrating.
That pains us even more. Yeah, we have hearts, and we don't like letting KBN Nation down.
Well, you just did that for Sherry, so good job.
Here's what we're going to do. Brad, you said something that I never thought I'd hear from you, and it involved an alien time machine. What did you do today? I've used alien time machine on the show before. That's why I wanted you to get this.
Alien time machine?
What is the acronym for that?
What?
ATM. The ATM.
What did you do today?
I took a little pit stop on my way into work today, and I stopped at the ATM. A little withdrawal from the Nortman bank account because I see some bets here at Pato that I cannot help but to invest a little bit. I'm viewing it as an investment.
Investment from Brad Nortman. He only puts money on things he researches. There is a bet that Brad Nortman likes around the Green Bay Packers. He'll tell you what it is in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and I have great news. Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha has the Volvo you want in stock and ready to drive home today.
Come see our full lineup of Volvo SUVs, the XC90, XC60, and XC40.
So stop by Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha and take a test drive.
Plus, you'll be part of Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and gourmet coffee service. Integrity and customer satisfaction will always be the force that drives our business. At Fields Volvo Cars Waukesha, go to VolvoCarsWaukesha.com.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com/MVP to book today.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Brad Nortman wants to put his money where his mouth is at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Never did I see this day coming when I first met Brad Nortman. Straight as can be, straight edge guy, bland Brad, oatmeal Brad, packing 3 months in advance for France, and stopping at the ATM before we head over to Potawatomi Casino Hotel at their brand new sportsbook, because before the season started, he put some futures out there, as this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with no Kyle across ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Stro on the show, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. What bets did you place before the season, before we get into the reinvestment at Potawatomi Sportsbook?
Yeah, so before the season started, we were here before that Friday night game in Sao Paulo, and Kyle and I both saw 3,850 yards over-under for Jordan Love passing for the season. And we looked at that and said, wait a minute. He threw for 4,100 last year, so 300 and some change more. And he's struggled the first 8 games. So you're telling me it's a less over-under? And Kyle Wallace and I, we were right there at that kiosk. I can see it right there. I'm going to be joining there. I'm going to be there a little bit later. And I placed a bet. I placed a $50 bet on the Jordan Love to go over 38.50 passing yards. Now, the injury scared me for a minute, but I think he's going to come back, and I still think we're going to get it. So I felt like I got my taste of sports gambling. I've been thinking a lot about it. Who would have thought that a year from the get-go of KBN, I am here and being able to sports gamble, Ben Brust rubbing off on me a little bit. But here's what happened today at the Nortman household. To take you a little bit behind the curtain on what my day looks like. So I'm sitting at the counter.
I'm sure it's really rough.
Oh, it's riveting, Ben. It's riveting. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee, you get a workout in. Eventually, I sit down and I start show prepping, right? And there's a lot of angles I take to come up with, good, fun conversation for KBN and KBN Nation. And, I knew we were going to Potawatomi today, so I was like, I know their website, paysbig.com. I'm just curious. I'm going to peruse paysbig.com for a minute and just see what's over there. So I go to paysbig.com and I start looking at some of the bets, some of the things you can do. Ben taught me how to navigate this site, so I'm an expert now. I go to futures, all the different futures bets you can take here at Potawatomi. And I scroll down to the Green Bay Packers, and then I take a look at it. And I got up out of my seat, Ben. I got up out of my seat at the counter because I saw a bet that I just couldn't help but pass up. It's an absolute investment. I got to be careful saying that because of my background. But to me, from a...
You're not in finance
I'm not in finance, and this is not a recommendation purely. I looked at a new bet that I just saw for the first time here at Potawatomi. Number of games won for the regular season for the Green Bay Packers, 8.5.
Over 8.5 wins for the regular season's minus 134. So if you bet $134, you would receive that back and get 100 if they won 9 or more games.
Yep. So as Ben says, you have to lay a little juice in order to get it back. Right? Is that the right terminology?
Lay the juice.
Okay, you got to lay the juice. But that it is. I remember when that was over under 9.5. I got out of my seat. I said, What am I missing? They're exactly where I thought they would be. Even with the Jordan Love, whether he plays or not this weekend, my level of expectation hasn't changed for the Green Bay Packers. I felt confident at 9.5. I was this close, Ben, this close to betting 9.5 when we were here 2 weeks ago. And now I'm looking at it at 8.5. I was thinking to myself, easy money. So I'm looking at it. I kind of continue to it's just rattling around in my brain like marbles. And Lexi walks in. I go, Lexi, baby.
My wife.
Listen to my wife, exactly. And I was like, so we're at Potawatomi today. She's like, okay. And I was like, I'm looking at some futures bets for the Packers. She's like, okay. And I was like, they have an over-under of 8.5 wins for the Packers. So if they win 9 games or more, I would win the bet. I'm like, I cannot help but pass that up. So she said, so go ahead and bet on it. Go ahead and do it.
Did you need her approval?
I was fishing for it. I don't necessarily.
Would you have done it without her approval?
I would have never. I would not have done it without telling her first. I'll put it that way. But I was like, the thing is, I don't have any cash, and this is where I love this woman. She goes, I'll just give you all the cash I have in my wallet. And I was like, or she's like, you should just go to the ATM, whatever you want to do. And I was like, this woman right here. I mean, they don't make them like Lexi anymore. I'll tell you what, they don't make them like Lexi anymore. She was encouraging me to go for, Brad, I believe in you. I believe in your conviction. And I believe in the Green Bay Packers.
Till death do us part.
Lexi Nortman just saying all the things I needed to hear.
Did you rob her of her cash in her wallet?
So I thought about it, but...
you know what, baby? Keep that.
You keep that. I'll spot you that. I looked through her wallet. Ben, she only had a 50. So I said, I need more juice than that to put on the Green Bay Packers. So I made sure I left a little bit early. I went to the ATM beforehand, and I took out a nice little chunk of cash. Nice little chunk of cash that I'm going to put on this bet, at least this bet, over Green Bay Packers, 8.5. I know I have to lay a little juice to get it, or however you say that. But, yeah, not only do I have the blessing, encouragement, and the you go get 'em, Brad, from Lexi Nortman, I have the internal conviction that the Green Bay Packers will certainly, in my mind, in my projection, they're going to win 9 or more games.
All right, well, take me behind the scenes of the projection here, because over 8.5 games, minus 134, so it's more likely based off the odds that they do that versus you get money on top of your 100. It's plus 110. You would bet 100 and get 110 back plus the 100. I want to know why you wouldn't want to make the playoffs at plus 123, because it's more likely per Pato Sportsbook. Minus 150 is no. So bet 150 to get 100 back, or bet 100 and get 123 back on making the playoffs.
Yeah, I see that bet as well, and I am tempted to do that too. I have enough.
You scared 9 and 8 doesn't get in this year?
Yes, I am. Because there were 9 and 8 teams last year that didn't get in. The Packers own the tiebreaker. So there is a version of the Packers getting to 9 wins to where I win the over 8.5 bet, but they don't get into the playoffs. My hesitation is looking around the NFC and saying, there are some pretty good, surprising good NFC teams. New Orleans Saints, Seattle Seahawks are looking good. I know it's early. It's hard to project what a 2-0 team looks like. They could just as easily be 2-10 if we fast forward 10 weeks. But making the playoffs, it's amazing to me that not only, based on that as far as risk reward on betting if the Packers are going to make the playoffs, a lot of other odds projections out there, less than 50% chance for the Packers to make the playoffs. So if you're going to look at it through that lens, it's an uphill battle. I believe the Packers are going to make the playoffs. So I am tempted to do that one. It's not as easy as a layup for me in my eyes of the Packers winning 9 games to get that 8.5. But man, that one is tempting too. It's just amazing how far expectations, not only here, but then around the country, have fallen for the Green Bay Packers. So as good investors do, you're going to take advantage of the dip. I'm going to buy the dip, Ben.
Buy the dip.
I'm buying the dip on the Green Bay Packers.
As I look at Rob Demovsky on our TV on ESPN, we saw him tweet out Jordan Love at practice, tweeting out that Jordan Love was limited per Matt LaFleur. Adam Schefter saying it still looks like a realistic chance that even if he doesn't play this weekend, he will be back at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Man, oh man, you are a changed man, Brad Nortman.
I never thought I would have such comfort with being able to not only navigate this site, but then walk right over to that kiosk. It's staring at me, Ben. It's staring at me. It says, you won't do it. You won't put that bet. You bet I will, though. When this show is over, I'm walking over there. I even got the cash right here in the old Nortman wallet right here. That's a lot. I mean, it's 20, so it's
Nortman wallet. Like nobody else in the world owns a wallet.
It is.
You're so much better than us, Brad.
Yeah,
it's the Nortman wallet. It's not just a wallet.
I'm hanging on to it. People are doing Apple Pay and stuff now. nowadays. I'm a wallet guy. I'll always be a wallet guy.
800-990-3776. Dave from Aaron chimes in. I might be able to take the Bradley name down and just call you Brad. Betting, eating unhealthy, didn't finish packing. You're truly a wild man lately.
Wow, I really am. I don't even recognize myself in the mirror anymore.
Literally.
In a lot of ways, literally. I'm letting the wheels fall off. Is this what happens after I came in so polished?
How much influence do you think I've had on this?
Too much. Too much influence. What else has changed in my life? I have the same friends. I have the same family. The only thing that's changed in my life is being around you daily, Ben Brust. And now look at me. After 1 year, I'm unrecognizable to who I was a year ago today.
And are you happier?
Kind of like living on the edge. kind of like it.
800-990-3776. Ryan says it's going to be amazing to watch you guys eat crow on all your bets. You're a sick human being, Ryan. A sick human being. That must be Ryan Wollersheim's burner of ESPN Madison.
Must be a Bears fan if I'm ever hearing one myself.
Alex Strofe, you knew Brad Nortman before me. Did you ever see the day that I shut up and listened to Brad talk about betting on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
Well, two things in that, Benny. The fact that you shut up and listened to Brad in the first place is a huge accomplishment. Now, secondly, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. This is not the Brad Nortman I know and love, but I love it. Don't get me wrong, but this is not the Brad Nortman I'm used to. I'm very surprised by this.
You know what I sort of get a little bit of joy out of? I think the minute you guys think you have me figured out, I kind of pivot.
No.
I kinda pivot
is that what you're telling yourself?
Well, I'm not necessarily a pivot, but like this happened all throughout the year. You think you know me, and then I tell you I pack for Paris 2 months ahead of time, and you're like, whoa, how is that even possible?
Well, nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to you.
Really?
Yeah. I think I got you down.
You think you got me down?
Yeah, I got you down.
I mean,
you know that.
That's probably true. I'm not terribly hard to get down, but
hey,
okay then. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm just glad to see me walking into.
What would Jason Wilde think about this?
I think he would think it is a
reflection of me.
Well, a reflection of you. But I would bet, I know he isn't sports bet, but I bet you he would think it's a pretty good bet right there, Brad.
Well, let's find out, because Jason Wilde's going to join us next, because he may not place the bet, but you can ask him. Jason, 8.5 wins, that's what it's changed to. I got the approval from my wife, Lexi, and I want to place it here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We'll talk to Jason Wilde next. I like.
High five, very nice.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Things ever happened to you from a breakup? I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast. But
why not? They're old shorties.
I've had some
old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are looking at a pretty good ride right now. Just a little bit heavy. Westbound 94 out of the Marquette to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's got a couple of pockets between 76th Street and 35th. Westbound on 894, going to be a bit heavy from the Mitchell interchange to about Loomis through that construction zone. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny and warm. A high of 83 at the lake, 87 inland. Tonight, partly cloudy. Scattered showers later on with a low of 67. And tomorrow, showers very early. Partly cloudy, warm with a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Every single green and gold game.
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
There's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every Green and Gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Wake up! It's time to find your sleep oasis at IKEA. Without a great night's sleep, you can't be your best every day. IKEA has everything you need to create your perfect sleep solution. From stylish beds and mattresses to essential storage, IKEA will quickly have you in a deep sense of relaxation. Get organized with IKEA's bins, baskets, and under-bed storage for a clutter-free room. Finish off your oasis with dressers, wardrobes, and nightstands. Discover your bedroom inspiration and solutions at IKEA Oak Creek today or IKEA.com/US.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. If you're hosting a football party or heading to Green Bay or Madison for the game and a tailgate, we'll help you with your beverage game plan. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard-to-find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
We'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages for your football party and save you a lot of money. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. Family owned and operated since 1960. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, Milwaukee sports fans, it's Brad Nortman from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You've invested too much into that nice ride, so don't settle for a gas station car wash. Treat it to a Tsunami Express car wash. State-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Now with 5 locations across greater Milwaukee, Tsunami Express is your go-to spot for a flawless finish and a first-class car wash every time. Trust me, your car will thank you. Sign up for a membership online at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine so bright like burn.
Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel, I'm telling you this, Brad Nortman is a changed man. We'll get to part of that with Jason, and during the break, do I stick with my chicken? I'm trying to stay Brad figure. And Luis, our great contact at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, convinced him on the burger. A double.
And just his description of it makes me even more hungry.
Brisket with ground beef together, like a patty mixture.
He said it's the best burger you could have. I said, done.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. No Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman here with you. Alex Stro, front of the show. Jason Wilde's joining us right now. Hey, Jason.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing well. I'm actually going to toss it over to Brad because he just shared with KBN Nation and everyone listening what his plans are after the show with one of the bets that he eyes. And we're not telling you to place a bet, but to maybe give him some insight if you like it or not.
Yeah, Jason, so we're here at Potawatomi today, and I was just doing a little perusing on paysbig.com to be able to look at where are the current bets out there. And sure enough, I go to the Green Bay Packers, number of games won. For the longest time, that was a 9.5 over-under. I looked today.
Before the season.
Before the season, yes. I go today. 8.5 over under. I said, Jason, that is easy money. I don't see a world. Well, I guess there are worlds that potentially this doesn't happen. But I mean, I look at that bet and I think the Packers, I have such conviction that they are going to get 9 wins or more this season. Am I crazy for placing that bet? I don't want your opinion on the bet itself, but as you look at that, Do you still have your expectations of 9 or more wins for the Green Bay Packers?
I do. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I'm still not convinced that Jordan Love is going to play, and it's probably because of the way Matt LaFleur is avoiding the question of whether or not he's doing any team reps. And I tried to get something out of him on that, and he foiled my best laid plans. So we still don't know for certain if Love is doing any team reps, which I don't know the answer to, but it makes me think that no, he's not. And that could mean that they lose in Tennessee to an 0-2 Tennessee team that I don't think that they would lose to if Jordan Love was fully healthy. So we'll see. But no, I still think that they are a 10-win team. And most importantly, if Jordan Love doesn't play this week, then I would think he will play next week, or he will be really close to playing next week, and then we'll play against the Rams the following week. So I have not changed the expectation that I have for them for this season in terms of wins. It may be, 11 instead of 12 or 10 instead of 11, but I'm not jumping ship.
Talking with Jason Wilde here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. And Jason, I'm just curious here, as it's very easy to get caught up in what you see on a couple of clips that resurface on Twitter. But Quay Walker's name continues to come up in conversation about where he's positioned, and everyone tries to bring up the idea of moving him outside, but he's always played in the middle. What's the Quay Walker status right now? Are the Packers happy with his performance? Is he on a performance review in a working corporate world terms? Like, what do they view him as right now?
I think they view him as a young player transitioning to a new defense and a guy that they believe can be a very good fit for it. I did plan, we're going to talk to Jeff Hafley here. I think we've got Versace is at 3:35 to kick off our coordinator access. So at some point we are going to speak with Jeff Hafley, and I think that's a very valid question. Like, just where does he think Quay is? I was going to frame it as, where do you think Quay is capable of going in this system, and where do you think he is today in relation of where he could be in your system? Because look, I understand that he's a first-round pick. That comes with expectations. I understand that some fans, you look at, there's some plays in the game, right, where you're like, what is he doing? Or how did he mess that up? Or whatever it might be. And I get that, but, I do think, I am inclined to believe that he will get it figured out, and he's too good of an athlete with too many good measurables to just never, ever kind of have the light go on. So I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to give him some grace, but I still think that ultimately he will become a good player. He's not Roquan Smith. He's not Ray Lewis, but I do think that there are some qualities there, and you see glimpses of what he's capable of. It's just we have not seen it consistently, be it in Joe Barry's scheme for the first 2 years of his career or through 2 games in Jeff Hafley's scheme. What sense do you get from the fans?
The sense is like they're just trying to figure out like what his role is, right? Like you see all these times where he's supposed to, read where the running back's going to go, and he does I go the wrong way and I just blocked myself out of, stopping the run. And then obviously there's the vision of him jumping the gap and Saquon Barkley going by him in week 1. It just there's always like that one clip that stands out, and I just wanted to get a full feel from you if you feel if that is representative of a whole of who he's been as a Green Bay Packer this year.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, it is representative, right? I mean, it's happened. It's on tape. The eye and the sky don't lie. Whether or not that is representative of who he will ultimately be in this defense, that I would hold off on. Now, Brad, your question. I'm sorry.
Yes. In the past, with Aaron Jones on this team, it would be very clear who the next man up of leadership would be if, for whatever reason, the quarterback was not available. I'm curious just on the fabric of this team. With Jordan Love out last week and potentially out this week, is there another player on the team that stepped up into a more leadership role that would normally be reserved for the starting quarterback, but in his absence, they've stepped up?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to it, unfortunately. I would say this, that they do have some young guys that still have kind of leadership qualities. Like, Jaden Reed. I mean, he obviously was a leader for at Michigan State in college. Now he's in his second season. I mean, he's just got that kind of personality that I think lends itself to leadership. So he's one. I don't know if on their offensive line, I guess it would be Josh Myers when he's not vomiting. I think it's Elton Jenkins all the time, but he's got a different style. He's pretty, he'll get after guys, but he's pretty understated in terms of his personality too. So, and frankly, Jordan Love's personality, watching him and watching him interact with his teammates, he certainly has a more laid back leadership style, which, seems to work for him. So, I don't know if there's it's not like he's like Rodgers, and then someone else has to figure out a way to kind of compensate for not having that type of, kind of in-your-face leadership out there. I think that, I think they're okay for a week or two, just kind of taking it easy and dealing with things as they stand, and letting Malik Willis be Malik Willis, and letting, Josh Jacobs carry the ball and kind of lead that way, and just sort of keep it simple.
As we're talking with Jason Wilde here, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Kyle, Ben Brust, Brad Nortman here with you. And you can hear Jason on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. I found it intriguing to hear Tausch call this a running football team. I did not have the full context when I saw the headline, which I'm trying to pull my best old T and not, go within further. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just in reference to, the fact that Josh Jacobs can be a more of a higher carry guy than Aaron Jones was? Because at the end of the day, I understand that Matt LaFleur comes from the scheme where you see Shanahan, McDaniel really run the ball effectively, and I think the Packers can do that, but the identity still seemed to be last year that it was when Jordan Love was throwing the ball well. I did help when Aaron Jones, the last 3 games, went for 100-plus yards, but I still have a hard time saying that their identity is running the football.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think that that's who they are. I do think that it's more of a, kind of balanced attack. Now, it certainly was running the football on Sunday. There's no denying that. Tausch uses the phrase POM, prisoner of moments, which I guess he skips the T because it sounds better just to say POM instead of potom. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to make any sort of lasting judgment on what their identity is based on what we watched on Sunday. Like that, I mean, let's be honest, that offensive approach is not going to work this week. They're going to have to find a way, while they can still blend in what they did, because the stuff that they did last week, it's not like that has to just be scrubbed from the playbook now because people have seen it. They can still do it, and it still has value. I just don't think it's going to be as successful as to the ridiculous level that it was against the Colts. I mean, I just don't see the Titans, who have a pretty good defense. They've got a lot of other issues, but they got a pretty good defense. I don't see them allowing the Packers to run roughshod over them the way the Colts did. So to me, they are a run-first offense as long as Malik Willis is at quarterback, but I have a hard time, once Jordan Love is fully healthy, to say that they are a running offense. Like, there's, what was their balance? Let me look this up while we're talking. What was their balance in the first game of the season, run to pass? Here we go. Here's the box score. Hold on. They finished, Jordan Love threw 35 passes. Well, he threw 34 of them, and Malik Willis threw 1. Rushing, 16 carries for Jacobs, 4 for Emmanuel Wilson, 1 for Reed. So they ran the ball 21 times.
So about 60-40.
Love was sacked once, so they had 37 dropbacks to 21 rushes. And Love didn't run at all, so you don't have any scrambles in there. So out of 59-ish plays, only 21 were runs. So, almost 67-33.
Yeah.
I expect that to be more who they are.
And Jason, quickly before we let you go, I'm going to turn it over to Brad because we were going to ask the same thing, and he's going to present it better than I would.
Nah, Ben's just giving me the honor of being able to ask one more question to Jason Wilde. So, as fate would have it, all 4 of the KBN crew, including Stro, is out of town this weekend. I want you to power rank the vacations, or trips, as it were, based on how you would structure them, I guess. So Strofe is going to Nashville to go to the Packer game. Kyle is in New Orleans in a bachelor party. Ben is going to Charlotte with his significant other for a wedding. I am going with Lexi, my wife, to Jacksonville to hang out on the beach and see some old friends. How would you power rank those trips in the eyes of Jason Wilde?
So New Orleans is a challenge for me because I love the food and I love the music. I don't love the French Quarter after dark where it smells like urine and vomit. And I'm not a big drinker, so that's not. But I could sit and eat beignets and people watch for hours on end and go listen to a Zydeco band. And so that one's a little bit tough for me. I also I really love live music. So Nashville, I would say Nashville gets the slightest of nods over New Orleans. Charlotte, I have friends in Charlotte, and so that gets the nod. And then not only is Jacksonville, I understand it is Florida, but Paula and the girls have now gone on 2 trips without me. I have stayed home with the dogs, the cats, the hamsters, this possum that keeps coming, eating our outdoor cat food that we have for these feral cats that come into our yard. So I stayed back because they went to Florida once and they went to Georgia once because they love the beach. So you and Lexi, you guys can walk the beach hand in hand, barefoot. That's a beautiful thing. That is not my kind of vacation. Like, I want to go to a city and I want to do stuff. And so, unfortunately for you, well, what do you care how I rank it? Who am I kidding? It's great for you.
I'm taking this personally, Jason.
You should. But no, if it's perfect for you and Lexi, that's all that matters. It's all that matters.
Jason, we appreciate the time, and you can be my +1 if I was getting one in Charlotte, so you could go see some friends.
Yeah, no, you've got a really good +1. Quite frankly, you're lucky to have that +1, so you don't need me. All right, I got to go to Rich Bisaccia. I'll talk to you guys later.
Tell him we say hi. That's Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. Listen to him 9 to noon across these very stations. We'll be back on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I do want to hear from Alex Strofe because he didn't even mention that it'd be fun to hang out with Strofe at all. Did you take any offense to that, Strofe?
Well, he didn't say it wouldn't be fun.
I took it the other way. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like,
it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not Quaker, is it?
Chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Westbound 94, a little bit backed up out of the Marquette all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side, just a couple taps of the brakes from 68th straight through the stadium interchange as well. 41 and 43, both backing up from Silver Spring down towards Capitol Drive. But 43 also has a little bit of a backup right through the Marquette interchange and over the high-rise bridge. And check the TMJ4 storm team forecast. Tonight, Tonight, partly cloudy skies, scattered showers later on, a low of 67. Tomorrow, showers very early, then partly cloudy, warm, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's the last homestand of the Brewers regular season. Be here when the crew take on the Mets, September 27th through the 29th. Get to the jam-packed series for Fan Appreciation Weekend. Get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever. The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one. Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550. Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And remember, football season is here and cooler temps are on the way, so do not wait. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. At Fields, we have a great selection of Range Rovers, Defenders, and Discoveries. Every model in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery. Stop by or visit online.
Plus, you'll become a member of the Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and gourmet coffee service, all at no charge. Integrity and customer satisfaction will always be the force that drives our business. To put it simply, Fields matters because you matter. At Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruberg offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Getting yourself ready for Nashville, Alex Stro?
Yeehaw!
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace. He'll be back on the show tomorrow. We're live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh running the show. KBN Nation can get in the show at 800-990-3776 or see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I do want to take a look at the poll results because Strophy put it up there. All 4 of the KBN crew are going on separate out-of-state trips this weekend. Which is the best? Kyle Wallace, New Orleans, in which he quote tweeted and said he did not remember to consenting telling people where he was going, although he is doing the show from New Orleans tomorrow, and I have a hard time believing that would be left out of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
He has 24% of the vote. Brad and Ben are coming up the rear here at 13% apiece.
What does that say about the two cities that I lived in and played in, Charlotte and Jacksonville? They're not getting any love? Doesn't make any sense.
Somebody had replied, if I was going with my wife, Charlotte, if I was going with my buddies, New Orleans.
I can understand that.
Also, this lacks context, which I'm okay with, because at the end of the day, if people knew Brad, he splurges on things that are like nice hotels. He may bring some food in. He may bring some booze in, but he's saving all that money so he has a luxurious stay. So what was that place called?
Ponte Vedra Inn and Club.
I mean, it just sounds way like you need
5-star.
4 pairs of white khakis that you got to wear around, and your loafers.
Oh, it's only the best. Only the best.
Holding hands on the beach, as Jason Wilde was saying. But Stro is leading the way by going to Nashville at 49%, without the context of, as I heard from a little birdie, he's not even going to the game.
Well, that's
Wait,
not,
I thought you were going to the
hold on.
game.
Everybody relax. I do not have tickets yet. But
this is false advertising. I thought you were going for the game.
I am going for the game. I just don't have tickets yet.
Are you planning on finding tickets?
I have been keeping an eye on tickets. I just sent a text to my girlfriend less than an hour ago that ticket prices have dropped. I would like it to get in a certain price range because I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars each ticket to watch the Malik Willis revenge game.
Wow.
So,
I feel like I've been deceived.
And foremost, I am going for vibes. I am the Packer backer of KBN. I belong in Nashville.
Wow.
Which is one
Are
of
you
the best
wearing
party
Packer
cities
stuff
in
all
America.
weekend? Like,
yes,
as
all
you go
weekend.
out
Only
to all
things
these
I'm
country
bringing are
bars.
Packer stuff.
I
might throw in a Brewers shirt.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
I have one time. Yes,
it's sweet.
It is a good city. Great city to party.
Also on Twitter at KBN, speaking of the Malik Willis revenge game, if he does start and Jordan Love is not cleared, another poll that we have on Twitter at KBN ESPN, Brad Nortman buried the lead and then ended our segment earlier with, if Malik Willis starts at quarterback, he believes the Packers will lose against the Titans. 32% agree with Brad, and 68% are Packer backers and Packer believers. Or maybe there's less of just believing and they have faith after what they saw in week 2.
Yeah, I
68%.
I just look at it and I'm going to sound like Kyle Wallace here. I do love me some Malik Willis. I mean, what he did last week was unbelievable. That game plan was great. I think this is a more challenging task than last week. First of all, they got film on you, so you got to come up with other things in order to win. This is a good defense. Second-ranked defense from yards allowed in the NFL. I don't think their offense is very good, so it'll be on the defense to win. The only reason they lost the last 2 weeks to the Bears and the Jets, the Bears are kind of mad, but the Jets I think are pretty solid. They just had wild blunders that gave the game away. A blocked punt in each game. Inexplicable fumbles and turnovers that led to touchdowns. I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be an 0-2 team. I just think they're better than what their 0-2 record says. So I think with Malik Willis...
You are what your record says you are.
That's right. I just think with Malik Willis, it's going to be hard for the Packers' record to be 1-2. Or 2-1.
What was the quote from the Tennessee Titans head coach in reference to Will Levis? Like, he was treating him like a little kid.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah. Not what you want to hear or say about your starting quarterback is that some allusion to, like, not pout. I think it was like that. And, like, not pout like a little kid. Just a tough look. Tough look.
800-990-3776. I will definitely look to find that quote because it's absolutely amazing. He treats Will Levis like he's a little child.
Well, Ben... I never got your opinion. Do you think the Packers will win with Malik Willis starting at quarterback?
I do.
You do?
I've seen enough of Will Levis to know that, like, especially, like, I have to go with what my eyes have told me through 2 weeks. My eyes have told me, does it mean through 2 weeks that this Packers defense is unbelievable? No, but what they have done is they've created turnovers. And you know who's someone who's been turning the ball over in inexplicable ways? If you're turning the ball over by falling on the ground and no look throwing it and then falling on the ground and trying to push the ball to one of your tight ends as like a bowling ball trying to get it to them.
It was really wild.
Imagine having to make tough decisions against a team that already has been doing a good job taking the ball away from other teams. So I'm going to account for a turnover from Will Levis. I'm going to take into account that, yes, I understand the Titans' defense is better, but also, it's not like the Jets are a humming offense. The Bears were down 17-0, and they won with nothing to do with their offense. It had everything to do with the Titans. So I'm going to actually use what you said against you. You got excited when I said what you are, what your record says you are. This team's 0-2 because they're a bad coached and run and executing football team. They don't do things well, and when you don't do things well, you open up opportunities for the other team. What we do know about Matt LaFleur is in a short time period, I know there's film on Malik Willis, but in 2 weeks he was able to put together a game plan to execute well and take down the Indianapolis Colts. So why am I going to sit here and put faith in the Titans and Will Levis, even if Malik Willis and these Packers are going up against that team with a second-string quarterback? So I disagree with Brad. I think the Packers will win. Will I place money on it? No, because it's not something I'm super confident in, but I got to go with what I've seen, and what I've seen is a Packers team that looks like they can get a win, even if it's an ugly game against the Titans.
I mean, that's fair. My response to that would only be that I think it's tremendously harder the second game with a backup quarterback. I mean, I think I said it before you even started. If you're going to steal a victory, if you're going to steal a win, it's the very first game you play in, because you have the benefit of the unexpected and misdirection and not knowing how to prepare. The Titans know how to prepare for Malik Willis. He's been there for several years, and they've seen it on the game plan. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
But I hope you're wrong if you're going to place your over 8.5 wins at Pato.
I'm legitimately putting my money where my mouth is with my belief in this Packer team, but that's a season-long one. I just don't feel very confident about this week if Malik Willis starts.
Well, we will get the thoughts from one of our teammates on ESPN Madison from 4 to 6. Her name is Downtown Molly Brown. She'll be joining us next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, I've been a fan of you since Scalzo and Brust was on the air. You kind of are like a Pat McAfee for the ESPN Milwaukee. You kind of revolutionized this channel and stuff.
Leo, I'm here for you, and I appreciate everything you say. We love you listening, and you can call in every day and say that. I won't get old.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Will it be Jordan Love back under center for the green and gold this week? Or does Malik Willis get a chance at taking down his old team in Nashville? Keep Neitzel, Brian Balaga, and John Anderson get you ready for kickoff on Sunday morning. Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Sunday morning starting at 9, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Micah Parsons was on the board for one of the best defensive players in all of football. He needs to step up. They need to step up, and he's striking the right tone. But by putting it out on wax like this, essentially Micah Parsons is turning this matchup in Week 3 against the Baltimore Ravens into a must-win game.
Is it a must-win game?
For the Ravens, does it not feel like a must-win game already?
Oh, for the Ravens, for sure.
To drop to 0-3?
And when you look at their schedule coming up, the Ravens, it is absolutely a must-win game.
And for the Dallas Cowboys, for us, the regular season is inconsequential, essentially, because we expect them to have a double-digit win season like they usually do and go into the playoffs. But I think the earlier you can set the tone that this is the standard of the Dallas Cowboys, and we need to not only perform at this level, but we need to be beating teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the better it will be for them as the season goes on, and hopefully they go into the playoffs.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh,
don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make some money? Have you bet on sports before? That probably did not go great. I can help you make money. Go to fatjacksports.com and get dialed in to turn a profit. The picks are emailed to you. They're on your personal portal on the website, and you can pay less than $50 a week for longer packages to make money betting this football season. Fatjacksports.com, the only place you need to go. 100% transparent, and will turn you profit this season at fatjacksports.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I'm looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
We welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman as we're live at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We welcome in Molly Brown of Jim, Matt, and Molly. Psych! That's the wrong number. We'll be efforting to get Molly. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman here with you as Alex Strofe runs the show. 800-990-3776. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Before we get to Molly, Brad's got a rash.
Yeah, I do. Thanks for that intro, Ben. That's a very smooth way to intro that in there.
I had to. Once we didn't have Molly, I was like, I'm just going to put Brad on the spot.
Okay. Well, now that I have the spot, let me take the spotlight and clarify. So, I've used the same deodorant for years. Okay, it was a famous brand, but it was like antiperspirant. It was like the white kind, right, where it's like white and chalky, right? I liked it. I liked the smell. I liked the protection, the whole thing. And then I start reading some articles about all the stuff that's in it and all this, and I'm like, I should probably pivot and go aluminum free. So I go to the same brand, but like the gel type material, right? Same scent. And I try it. And the last week or so, it has been bad news for Brad Nortman and his armpits. I'm getting rashes in my armpits. It's uncomfortable, the whole thing. So I need to pivot completely away. And I'm trying this new deodorant, okay? It's high end. It's high end deodorant.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
How much do you think an expensive deodorant is?
I mean, I just grab it. I don't I get the same kind of.
The one I usually get is like $6 or $7.
I'm a degree for men's sport or whatever with the white chalky stuff that's got aluminum. I don't know. Was it $5 or whatever? So I'm saying that's what mine is. I could guess. Knowing you, $15 per?
$17 a stick.
For a
$17 a stick. And today, Ben,
the weirdest ways to spend money.
This is good deodorant, though. This is good stuff. It's like all natural and the whole deal. But then you have to buy it online. You can't buy it in stores. So you can't do like the smelling trick. You pop open the cap and you smell it. And you're like, ooh, I like that one or don't like that one. So I had to guess on the
smelling
scent.
Trick.
Yeah. It's
like a big trick that nobody's done before.
The trial. And so there was all these different options, and I landed on sandalwood and black pepper was the scent. That was about the most masculine.
Black pepper?
Yeah, that was the most masculine scent that I could
will put
muster.
black pepper on
there.
all of my food, but I definitely will not be putting it under my armpits.
And let me tell you, I smelled it. It smelled spicy. I mean, like, dang, that opens up my senses a little bit. So I'm trying this new deodorant, and I'm not gonna lie, I've smelled like the same deodorant for years. And when I catch a whiff of my smell, I smell different. It's throwing me for a loop. It's freaking me out. It doesn't smell like me. Yeah, you can smell me.
All right. Strove, talk for a second.
See if you can smell the black pepper.
I see Ben leaning into Brad's armpit. That is the most uncomfortable
What do you think?
thing I've
Is it
ever
worth
seen.
$17?
Oh,
I'm pretty like self-conscious about
That was
this now.
uncomfortable.
My palms are sweaty.
It was uncomfortable watching me sniff Brad's armpit.
That is correct.
Even I was like holding my armpit back a little bit. I'm like, Ben, don't get that close.
I put my nose right up in there.
Right on the fabric of my T-shirt.
It's unique.
Okay, what did you smell? Did you smell
like
the
if
black
I was
pepper?
Lexi, I wouldn't be jumping your bones.
Well, luckily, I'm just gonna pivot from that.
I'm just kidding.
Did
Brad.
it
You're
smell?
very attractive.
Did it smell like black pepper? Was it an attractive smell?
It wasn't bad. It just like it wasn't what putting black pepper on my armpit isn't something I'd be doing.
The other one that was the other finalist.
I like the sandalwood.
Yeah, the sandalwood's you can smell the sandalwood, but it's a very strong black pepper finish. The other one,
I feel like we're talking about food. like this is the chef's special.
The other one that was the other finalist was cedarwood and vanilla. I felt like it was too feminine. The vanilla, too feminine.
No,
I'm tougher than that. I need some hair on my
you're
chest.
Not, dude, one of the best body washes I had was like this vanilla one, and I love it.
So you think I should go with that one next time?
Yeah, do it.
Cedarwood and vanilla.
I mean, if can I pay you to get me a vanilla?
Sure, yeah, for sure.
I want to try this.
Yeah.
If it's what you make it out to be, the anti-aluminum, but it's the same style, so I'm not going to get a rash.
Yeah, well, it's first time today, and my rash has subsided, and I feel great. I will say
black pepper.
Cool. I will say too, like I'm generally like I sweat, and I haven't I haven't sweat like quite like I would, so it's effective in multiple ways.
Stinky Ben, Stinky Ben.
Strophy, I take it no downtown Mala Brown.
Yeah, they're having connection issues out at North and South in Verona, so they're working through that. The 414 hour may also be the 608 hour at this rate. We'll all find out together.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Well, Madison, hello, and continue to say hello.
Strofe, what do you think about spicy black pepper as part of the deodorant
that's
scent?
Legitimately awful. I like pepper.
I don't know. It smells pretty good.
Brad, that is not a sexy scent. Do you think Lexi's smelling black pepper and is like, ooh, baby, take that shirt off? Or is she saying, oh, my God, I have to sneeze?
Hey, Lexi was one of them that said, you know what? Go with the black pepper.
No,
do the black pepper.
You're lying.
It says masculine.
You know, Strofe, you know what I'm starting to realize? When he asked Lexi if he should place these bets, I'm starting to think he made up the story about how Lexi supported it, just how he's making up the story how Lexi supported him getting black pepper deodorant.
So little do you know that Brad actually just has voices in his head. One of them's name is Lexi, but it is not Lexi Nortman.
Wow, now that would be a pivot. That would be a pivot.
That would be a hell of a radio bit.
Nothing but affirmations that are all made up.
Yes, Brad. You should do this.
Wow, thanks for
You're
that
right,
affirmation.
Brad. I don't want blinds for our house.
She agrees. This person agrees with every one of my convictions. What do you know?
Man, you are the smartest person I've ever known. Thanks, Lexi. Kyle Brust and Nortman live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. No Kyle Wallace. It's Ben Brust and Brad Nortman with Strophy running the show. We got a whole lot more to get to, especially Brian Balaga to end the 414 hour at 4. Oh, is Brad going to do a good 414 hour at 4 next? We're going to find out.
I said Lexi's listening.
Oh, save it. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Southbound on 43, slowing down from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. Also Also 41 southbound slowing down from about Good Hope Road or before Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. You're back on the brakes, making your way past Highway 16. On the eastbound side, it's going to be slow as well from about Highway G to Highway 16. And then again from Highway F past Barker Road. And then from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. By the way, southbound 43 also going to be slow from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, chance of showers later on, a low of 65. Tomorrow, a slight chance for a morning shower, then becoming mostly sunny, warm and humid, high of 85. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at LoTUSA.com.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith here. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys. We making noise.
It's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux from Potawatomi Sportsbook Casino on KBN.
Where was the energy?
Yeah,
really?
He was like, Stro, you know how he sings in monotone?
Okay, can I be honest? I'm going to ask for a redo. Here's what. I had the burger here in my hands, and I had it in my hand about to take a bite, and I heard the return music and said, oh,
it's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux on KBN, live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Why are you saying it like you're already in Charlotte?
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know. I just brought energy.
Let me do it one more time. One more time. All right, ready here? It's the Faux One Faux Hour at Faux on KBN. All right. You're Potawatomi.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. He's Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Brust alongside not Kyle Wallace. Our great team that is scarfing down food that is absolutely delicious, and I've already convinced myself that I have the perfect to-go order after seeing these burgers.
I also have an update on the personal talk and text line.
Oh, wow. So what we were discussing was Brad got new deodorant because he was getting a rash. That was a short story. And then we discovered that every story he tells about, quote, Lexi, end quote, may not be a real person. He may be married to a Lexi that I've met, but when he says Lexi was okay with this bet I was going to place, Lexi said this, they're always affirmation of everything Brad wants, and so now we're starting to think there's two different people. One of them being fake and one of them being his wife.
When I'm looking for the affirmation, that's what I'm doing it. So she said, first of all, $20 a stick. I said, oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
$20 a stick. She said, I'm dying over this topic. But she said, hey, stop saying black pepper. I liked the sandalwood part. So don't put that on her that it's black pepper. That was the takeaway. So I am maybe leaning into the black pepper. What do you mean?
Who sent this?
That was from Lexi.
Lexi, your wife?
My wife. Yeah, not the Lexi in my head.
Your Lexi, your wife. So, I actually don't.
So she is.
She's a keeper.
She's
Both
a
of
keeper.
them.
She's a keeper. No matter what I smell.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I feel like I'm doing one of those NFL broadcasts. And we welcome in the Madison audience that was expecting Jim, Matt, and Molly as you finished up the ball game. We welcome you into the 414 hour at 4 here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show. And you can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. I don't know what happened here, but I'm getting a compliment on the text line. That is very bizarre. I don't get these. Ben is on point today, minus the pit sniffing. Someone slip him an alpha brain or something?
Okay.
Hey, powerful. Yes,
brain.
Brad. Alpha brain, yeah, big time alpha. Nick chimes in, quote, "Yes, Brad, that would be a great hear Brad out." The Lexi in Brad's head.
Now that is funny.
Oh, man.
I do feel strongly about my hair Brads out. I've said them like before. They're like my children. I believe in them all to varying degrees. I've never had a bad hear one out. I hear Brad out, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
have.
Never had a bad hear Brad out.
I think he's legitimately rattled because we're on to him in realizing that Lexi, his wife, and Lexi are two different people.
So hold on. Two different follow-up questions here real quick. Number one, is Brad a fraud?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Number two.
We will be doing a full audit and investigation into Brad Nortman and his Lexi relationship.
That is slanderous. I have never said a false thing on these airwaves. I would never do that to KBN Nation.
Okay, Brad, we can flip the table back on Ben here, though. Is Ben more of an alpha or a beta? Because I lean beta.
Oh.
Cool, Stro. Cool. I am the alphaist of alphas.
Yeah,
what a
certainly
beta would
sounds that
say.
way.
Why do you think I was doing that? And yes, Ernie the Barn. So I turned on the radio and Brad was talking about putting pepper on his rash. What a great lead-in.
I'm not kidding, though. Like, I smell this deodorant, and even on the personal talking text line, the real Lexi did say, maybe we try sandalwood and vanilla next time.
Oh, no, this is starting to get weird because now you're actually making it seem like there's a fake Lexi.
We'll let the audience figure out. I'm smelling myself. You know, you move your shirt and you kind of get a whiff from it. I smell the sandalwood black pepper, and I'm kind of digging it.
Lexi
so
doesn't
Alex,
exist. Brad isn't married.
See, that's the thing is I've met somebody who's named Lexi, but it also could be someone who is against their will and
does
just
she have a social
put on a
security
good face.
number? That's the question.
So I do want to know, Strofe, how do we handle this Brad Nortman right now? Because you and I were very early adopters of this team is real. We have a front row seat at the parade as Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman will be sitting behind us because they're like wishy-washy, don't believe. And Brad, I'll turn to you because you have had a moment of clarity maybe that you need to pitch to us why you actually belong in the first row of the parade with Alex Strofe and Ben Brust as the Brewers are on their way to winning the World Series.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. And when we had this conversation, Ben and Strofe both said, you know, I'm going to throw my heart into the wind, and if it gets broken, I'm okay with it. And Kyle and I were a bit more hesitant, not trusting the Brewers, but just, you know what? I'm trying to enjoy the ride. I want to put expectations on it like that, protecting our own hearts. But what I've seen over the past couple weeks, particularly what the celebration was like last night. This team is special. This team is different. The way they celebrate, they win, they interact, the way they win ball games. Everything about them feels just unique and like a special once in a... I know they've been to the playoffs 6 of the last 7 years, but this team, even of those other years, feels different. And it's something where it's like the kid who's outside the party looking in, and he's just out in the glass in the rain saying, "Let me in. I'm cool too." That's how I feel. I'm from the state of Wisconsin. I'm from the Milwaukee area. I've been wearing the Brewer ball and glove since I was but a wee babe. And I can tell you that I have been a Brewers fan nonstop. And I'm telling you what, I don't care if I get hurt again. I'm to where you guys are. I do not care if this team breaks my heart. I want to be all in. I want to root this team to the World Series. I want to be there on the front lines with Ben and with Stro because they're having too much fun. We talk about the real thing of FOMO. I want to be on front leading the parade because I just love the fabric of this team so much.
This is a horrible pitch.
Well, how is that horrible?
I mean, you were searching for words.
I wanted to get it right because the team means so much to me.
Authentic. It was very I've been wearing the ball and glove. You know,
I have.
If you've been wearing the ball and glove your whole life, you wouldn't have tried to jump on late. You would have jumped on right away and been like, you know what? I love that I grew up in the Milwaukee area. I loved being a Brookfield boy, knowing that right down 94, every time I passed by American Family Field, that's the team that's going to bring me a championship one day. I did not feel that energy from you right now. Alex Stro, I send it to you as my co-member of the first row of the parade the Milwaukee Brewers will be throwing when they win the World Series.
Yeah, maybe you are an alpha because, look, when it comes to this bandwagon that we've got chugging down I-94, like your illegal video you posted on Twitter last night at Ben Brust, I think there's plenty of room for everybody. Brad, you could pull a seat right up next to me, whether that's in the AmFam Field parking lot, whether that's on Wisconsin Avenue.
Stro, we have to have standards. The first person that tries to join the bandwagon, you just pull up a chair.
Standards?
You don't even charge them for, the spots. I mean, we got to make revenue. We got to have an internal meeting.
Hold on, Benny. Hear me out for a moment. On your old show, you had the train.
A pledge.
No,
we had a pledge.
Well, yeah,
we had a pledge to join the Scalzo and Brust family and to join the train.
And what I think about the Brewers bandwagon, Benny. All aboard!
I kind of like where you're going here. Right now, Alex Stro and I are the conductors. Brad, right now you're serving drinks. You're on the train.
Okay.
But if you continue to do great work for all of the bandwagon, or not the bandwagon, for all of the true fans that believe in this team to go to a World Series, we may put you in the caboose.
I'll take the caboose. I'm just glad to be on this freight train and heading in that direction.
You know what,
I'm going to say to the conductors, I'm going to say I will shovel the coal into the engine.
I have the perfect, and I mean perfect idea. Alex Stro, hit the football music for a baseball-themed segment. You know what? I actually want to do this next because this is too good, and I want to discuss off air. I'm going to leave the studio and talk to Alex Stro. Brad, you're going to tell us about one of your friends, and when we come back, we're going to test to see if Brad Nortman belongs on the World Series train.
Hey, Brad, before you tell us about your friends, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Close your laptop.
Yep.
I'm not going to look. Come on.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
more,
It's closed.
I'm more of a truth teller than that, just like real Lexi. And I'm going to tell you the truth about QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, they are your go-to when it comes to getting rid of that nagging, aching joint pain that you're experiencing. Whether it's your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, you're going through it and it's keeping you from living the life that you want to live. Finally, and a solution that is beyond just drugs and surgery and with no downtime. I mean, I was there for myself, and I got to see all the ways, the tools in their toolkit that allows them to be able to use your own plasma, platelets, cells, to be able to regenerate tissue, all things that are going to help you to be able to get your life back and get rid of that pain once and for all. The consultation, like I experienced, is totally free, and you could be one of their tens of thousands of satisfied patients. Finally, the life that you are looking to live is waiting just on the other side of that visit to QC Kinetics. They are the future of medicine. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
We'll be back to see if Brad Nortman really is joining the Alex Stro and Ben Brust front row at the parade for the Brewers World Series parade. That's next to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
I'm about being...
You're not young, wild, and free.
Yeah, I am young.
You're not that.
I am
Every
wild.
time I ask you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking? Why are you going
personal. Why you gotta talk about business? I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 41, heavy from before Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side's heavy from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Southbound 43 also going to be slowing down from Silver Spring down past Capitol. And then you're back on the brakes from Locust down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound 43 is slowing down out of the Marquette up past Fond du Lac Avenue. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of showers later on, a low of 65. Tomorrow, slight chance for morning showers, then becoming mostly sunny, warm and humid, a high of 85. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being serious?
turnovers.
You guys
can't put two and
I got it. I did not get it when you first
They don't
said
call
it.
themselves Racine Danish
I'm
turnovers.
sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
She absolutely nailed it.
Are you talking about Jenny Sambeline? Yeah, Jenny and her pendant, the music in a mother's heart. Hi, Rick. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, we're going to produce your pendant design as a limited edition collector's item and put a few of them in all of our 8 Kessler stores.
Congratulations, Jenny. Wow, this is huge. Jenny, we expect the music in a mother's heart to sell out very quickly.
We'll also make a few available online.
I designed that pendant from the memory of how my mother made me feel when we'd sing together.
How often did that happen?
Constantly. We'd sing along with whatever was playing on the radio, or sometimes we would watch a musical on TV and sing along with that.
At just $124, the music in a mother's heart is going to sell out lightning fast.
I'm buying one.
I'm buying one. I bought the prototype the moment I saw it.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales, Luther Gray.
James Imaging has been a wonderful partnership with the Milwaukee Symphony and just great to work with.
In what ways?
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
Luther James Imaging Systems is a local business technology company that stands with their clients over the long term.
Yes, before, during, and after the sale, James Imaging is there, and they are making sure you get the full value in life of every product that you have with them.
Luther, any advice for others looking for a long-term business technology partnership?
I would tell them that James Imaging is the way to go.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Gear up for October baseball. Brewers postseason tickets go on sale on September 20th. Clear your schedule, claim your spot, and be here for a Brewers postseason run you don't want to miss at Brewers.com.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home, to a generator to keep your lights on, or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun.
Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel, the brand new sports book. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with no Kyle Wallace. It's Ben Brust and Brad Nortman, Alex Stro running the show. You, KBN Nation, can get into the show at 800-990-3776. Dave from Aaron's proud of Brad and how he's destroying that burger on YouTube.
Oh, wow. That was no break screen?
Must not have been.
Dang.
That's on me, Brad. That's my bad.
I mean, I'm not I'm not ashamed. I mean, literally in 3.5 minutes, I ate an entire burger and half my fries. I'm a fast eater.
Well, you definitely got after it. We just discussed how we are all very excited about the NL Central winning Brewers and Pat Murphy and how great he's been, and how Alex Strofe and I, before everyone wanted to, start feeling like this team is different, as Brad was saying.
They're different,
last
baby.
segment. We already had our chairs planted at the parade for the World Series. Brad Nortman wants to be front row with us on the train, not in the caboose. It is the train to, I guess, it's hard to pick a destination because it's not the Super Bowl where it's in, just a certain place. So we'll figure out the verbiage behind this. But Brad wants to be a part of our fun. He doesn't want to be left out. Strofe wants him a part of it, but I think he needs to earn it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the football music first off.
Ooh. Oh, the baseball music. That's a nice touch.
Sunday Night Countdown.
Hey, I'm no Jesse Nelson. I can find other music.
Love it, Strophy. Brad Nortman, you need to do the following.
Okay.
You need to name 3 Brewers starting pitchers. You need to name the positions of
Benny,
catcher.
let's just go one at a time. One at a time.
All right. Let's go with starting pitching. Please name 3 starters for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay. Well, I know Freddie Peralta, and I know Tobias Myers. Brandon Woodruff. That doesn't count. He's on the roster.
Active roster.
I don't know then. I don't know him 2 more. I'll be honest.
Come on, we've said these names.
Yeah, but they're not incredibly memorable names.
What are you talking about? One of them's got a 3.0 ERA, and he pitches today.
I don't know.
Maybe he's got to get 2 out of 3. Strophy. Gosh, I'm bending the rules.
Let's come back to that one.
Come back. We now move to catcher.
William Contreras.
First base.
Okay, this is where it's tough. I know the players. I don't know exactly where they all are. Is that Garrett Mitchell?
Well, that's problematic.
Is that Bryce Trang?
Oh, Lord!
Is that
great?
Oh, my God,
Reese Hoskins?
There you go.
There it is. I know the names.
Dude,
Weren't you
Bryce
at a game
Terang?
Is he on the outfield?
2 days ago?
What?
Weren't you at a game 2 days ago?
Yeah, I was schmoozing with everybody, though.
Clearly.
Terang.
He's the outfield, right?
Oh, my God, stop talking.
Do not tell him anything, Ben. Let's move to second base.
Second base.
Willie Adames. No, he's shortstop.
Oh
He's
my
shortstop.
God.
He's shortstop.
This is so painful.
That's I don't know.
A potential Gold Glover.
Come on,
Not
Brad.
Willie Adames?
No, it's not Adames. He's the shortstop.
Yeah, Strofe, you almost said it too.
Let me see. I know the players, so is this Bryce Terang?
Bryce Terang!
Hey, I just said
Arguably
him.
the best second baseman on defense in all of baseball.
Okay, good.
You got the shortstop.
Oh, my God.
You said it was Willie. That's right. Let's go to third base.
Yep.
You're not getting this one.
No.
Yeah, I'm not getting this one. Well,
Let's come back to third base. Name the.
We'll come back to third base.
Name 3 outfielders. They don't even need to be starters. Just name 3.
Okay, Jackson Churio, Salvatore Frelick,
Salvatore!
and who am I missing out there? Garrett Mitchell?
Very
good, Bradley.
Jinx.
Holy cow, I'm still having a heart attack from second base.
Let's go back to third
I know
base.
like the batting. I don't know the lineup in order, but I know like I know the names.
Bradley, let's go back to third base.
Third base.
I will give you this hint, you have not said his name yet.
Okay, that's not a good sign. Because I basically emptied the tank. Yeah, I don't know then. I don't know.
Well, this one is a tough because it is a rotating type spot for the team. I know who's starting there tonight.
There is a main third baseman. How about first name Joey? Does that help?
Ortiz.
Hey.
Joey Ortiz. Okay, I don't know Joey Ortiz. Classic Brewers third baseman.
You guys go way back.
Way back.
Oh, man. Holy
Who's the
cow.
manager? Pat Murphy. Who's the mascot? Bernie Brewer.
Here he goes. Voices in his head.
Who are the sausages?
Brat, Polish, Italian, hot dog, chorizo.
Chorizo with a big win.
Roll out the barrel.
Brad goes for the in-game entertainment. You need to name 2 relievers.
Devin Williams. Ashby. Something Ashby. Right? That's a name, though, right?
I think they threw out Ashby in relief the other day, Strophy.
He's not a starter.
I mean, he's not like... It's hard because he was a starter, then he was hurt, then he came back out of the minors.
So it's got to count for at least one of my pitchers. One of the 3 starters.
No,
or the
not
relievers.
Starter because he's not been a consistent starter.
So then reliever.
I will give it to him.
He's not really a part of the roster. We'll give it to you.
Okay.
How about the name Tobias Myers?
Which he said.
I said that name. I said that, and I said Freddie Peralta.
Okay.
I'll know the name when I hear it, because every time I heard it, I'm like,
who
that's a unique
pitched
name.
when you were there on Tuesday and had 10 Ks?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
He had 10 strikeouts.
I didn't actively watch a lot of that game. I was talking and
if I say
connecting
his first name,
with people.
Frankie, do you know what his last name is?
Frankie. Is there a guy that starts with a C in his last name?
Yes. His first name Aaron, last name.
Yeah. That's a toughie.
There's a first name Colin, last name.
Oh, wait. This one sounds... Colin Ray. Silly Colin Ray.
Silly Colin Ray.
I knew that all along.
Frankie Montas.
Oh, yeah. Frankie
Aaron
Montas.
Savale.
That's what I'm thinking of. That was because it always reminds me of that. It sounds like kind of like I think of ceviche in my head when I hear Savale.
Chef Ed with a really good text. Brad's not allowed on the train. He should be left in the bathroom at the train station.
Wait a minute. That was a respectable effort. You're saying I got to know every single person and position?
I mean,
that's not fair.
We're like 150 games into the season, Brad.
Yeah, but
he was just
and you were
at
there
the game
48 hours ago.
Yeah, but I was there in a work capacity. That's not necessarily fair. And we don't have Bally Sports, so I can't watch the games as much as I used to.
Well, you can listen to 620
Bob Euchre or Jeff Levering, Lane Grindle, Josh Maurer on the Brewers Radio Network.
When I do listen to them, I'm a visual learner, though. I'm entertained. I'm entertained by our guy. I'm a visual learner. I got to see the face. I had to experience it that way.
What? I'll give it to him. He's right. He's right.
He's definitely a visual learner, except he wasn't watching the game.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And that's preventing me from being a true Brewers. So am I on? Can I just be on?
Bro, there ain't no way you sit next to me.
Okay, I'm on the train, though, right? I have a role. I'm wearing a Brewers shirt right now.
You're serving drinks.
I'm going to serve the heck out of them.
I appreciate your commitment to wanting to be a part of our celebration. If you leave your hand out long enough, I'll give you a tip.
I'll take that.
That the Bryce Terang thing almost has you banned, though.
Yeah, I've had better guesses, but at least I said his name.
You know what? I appreciate it. He's so likable. I want him on the train.
This is the thing, Benny. Likability factor 100%. You're right on that. He's just finding ways to create moral victories, and I respect the hell out of that.
Like, he is down for the count right now.
Yeah.
And somehow he's still finding a way to make me feel like he should be a part of it.
Yeah.
Right? You're still serving drinks, but you're not dead in the water. How about that?
That sounds good to me.
One thing you can expect are lower prices at IKEA. Those aren't words you hear too often, as Brad would say, in this economy, but your local Milwaukee and Chicago IKEA stores. They've rolled out lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture and home furnishing options throughout the store, making it affordable to give any room in your home a stylish makeover. Utilizing innovations in design, production, packaging, they strive to cut cut costs to lower prices without compromising quality and passing those savings on to you. If I have experienced that myself, getting a wonderful new rug for the nursery for my baby girl. Visit your local IKEA stores to see what savings are coming next. I got to digest Bryce Terang being an outfield, so we'll be back very shortly. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach.
Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43 continues kind of a heavy ride from Silver Spring all the way down to Capitol, and then again from Locust down through the Marquette over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. Northbound is backed up a bit out of the Marquette all the way up past Fond du Lac Avenue, heading towards North Avenue. Westbound on 94 got delays from 16th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and 41 we got backups there from Good Hope Road, actually before Good Hope Road, all the way down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, chance of showers later on, a low of 65. Tomorrow, slight chance for a morning shower, becoming mostly sunny, warm and humid, a high of 85. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Gear up for October baseball. Brewers postseason tickets go on sale on September 20th. Clear your schedule, claim your spot, and be here for a Brewers postseason run you don't want to miss at Brewers.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Don't miss a moment of football this season at 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, and game day specials. What more could you need? If you're not at the game, this is the place to be every Saturday and Sunday. View the vendor list and 30 self-serve beer options at 3rdstreetmarkethall.com. That's 3rdstreetmarkethall.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Daniel Holub from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin is joining me. Doctor, what makes an OAW surgeon different from most other surgeons?
At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, we have all fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists. We have all subspecialties of orthopedics covered through our office, so you can see anybody from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes and everywhere in between.
So let's say someone is feeling pain and they finally walk into OAW for that first time. Can you take me through that process of what's going to happen next?
We always start with an office appointment, which will involve me conversing with the patient, trying to figure out what's happening, and then a physical exam, and we have on-site x-ray and on-site MRI if we should need to move into diagnostic tests of that sort.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I drove Ben here today from the office, and you know what he said? Boy, this car is well maintained for 8.5 years old.
I did say that.
You did say that. And you know who I attribute that to? My friends at Tsunami Express. Tsunami Express, they make my car.
Parking, by the way?
Yeah, that could use a little bit. Hey, it's a victimless crime. It's a victimless crime. But my car deserves the best parking situation because it's beautiful. It deserves to be seen. Tsunami Express makes it look beautiful. It's downright reflective. And it's no surprise because Tsunami Express has state-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums that makes that interior look nice and beautiful too. And you can experience unlimited wash memberships. I'm a ceramic member, so I can go there as much as I want and get the top-tier wash every time. It keeps my car looking beautiful. Your car will thank you that you finally go to Tsunami Express. They've got 5 locations across greater Milwaukee. It's the go-to spot for a flawless finish and a first-class car experience. Tsunami Express, their mantra rings true. You wash, chill, repeat. So much at Tsunami Express, and they give you your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com. TsunamiExpress.com. Wash, chill, repeat.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Kyle. Ben Brust and Brad Nortman hanging out at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in their brand new sports book. Brad's getting ready to place that over 8.5 wins for the Green Bay Packers after that 1-1 start. He sees value in winning 9 or more games to get that payday. Alex Stro running the show. And speaking of Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Stro, I know you're kicking my booty right now and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Since we have changed this to Ben Brust's Best Bet, I'd like to try and keep track if possible to see if maybe I can help out our listeners and have a little bit of a an ego lift if I start winning these. If the record goes bad.
This is week 3. We are 1-1.
All right, fair enough. Here we go. Ben's Best Bet.
It's time for Ben Brust's Best Bets. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Let's do this, folks, and it's actually related to Thursday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets take on the New England Patriots in New York. Now, here's what I'm going to say. The over-under is really, really low. It's over-under 38.5 points. I'm telling you right now, I love, and I mean love, the under here. The Patriots are going to run the football 1,000 times. They have no downfield threats. The Jets' defense is good. It always keeps them in the game. And when you think about what the Jets have done, they are still trying to find a rhythm offensively, and finding rhythm against a team that's going to run the football, try and own the time of possession. And what I did see as I was watching ESPN right here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel is that the Patriots' pressure rate is top 8 in the NFL.
Oh.
And you know who can't move?
Aaron Rodgers.
Mr. Aaron Rodgers. So I love the idea of a ground and pound Jets, Patriots, gross Thursday Night Football, short week, under 38.5. Book it. I might be taking a loan because I can't go to the ATM because I got to get out of here to get to Chicago to make a flight. So
got you.
If you got some leftover money, Ben Brust's Best Bet. Patriots, Jets, under 38.5 for Thursday Night Football.
It's wild to think about a game that Aaron Rodgers is playing in. Having, first of all, that low of an over-under, but then taking the under. But when you think about how he's playing, how the offense is, how good the Patriots are from a defensive standpoint, and their ability to slow the game down, it's a pretty good bet, Ben.
Thanks, Brad.
I mean, this is your thing. Look, I've learned a lot from you.
I'm typically an underbetter, and low numbers don't scare me. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I think they can sneak by this 30.5. Like, this is one where I think it's going to be like 16-13.
Why do you tilt an under better?
Because there's again, it's more about if it's 30.5, you're not who's explosive for New England? Hunter Henry? They have a rookie in Polk. Like, I'm not going to rely on that on Thursday night from the New England Patriots and Jacoby Brissett. And then I love the fact that I saw that Rodgers against pressure is not great, and he's got the Achilles. It's a divisional. Like, it screams everything of like a 20-17 game gets me the under.
Wow.
It's hard for me to see that many points in a game like this. You could see 3-0 at the end of the first quarter, and I would not be surprised. But this is why you gamble. It's my best bet. It doesn't mean it's going to hit. And that's it for Ben Brust's best bet. I got Brad shaking his head. Are you going to put some leftover monies on that? It'll give you something to do tonight.
Something to think about. Something to think
you
about.
Got to pack.
I do need to pack. We have to pack. It's stressing me out. Thanks for bringing that up. I mean, at this point, usually it would be literally the suitcase is zippered up. It's tight, probably placed in the back hall, ready to go in the car. But we are not there yet, which is shocking for the Nortman household. Nothing short of shocking. But I'm thinking about it, Ben. You got me at least thinking about it.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, we have 2 polls out there. The first one being Brad Nortman to my left is saying that if Malik Willis starts at QB, he says they will lose to the Titans. Do you agree or disagree? 31% agree, 69% disagree. Why I find this intriguing is because you made the statement that you are going to place the Packers over 8.5 wins, and you're almost telling yourself, I'm okay if they're 1-2. I still think they can hit it.
I am okay with 1-2. That is... I thought at this point they'd be, after this next week's game, 2-1, so it's only 1 game off. I loved the 9.5 over. So now at 8.5, I really love it, especially knowing that either way, Jordan Love is back when it comes to the game against the Minnesota Vikings here in a week. So even if Malik Willis goes out there, I think they have a good opportunity to win. I just don't think they can be the favorites in that game with Malik Willis. But Jordan Love might play, even if he doesn't, even if they lose 1-2. I am still very convicted with that bet of winning 9 games. I'm gonna put a little money down to prove it.
We have a second poll today. All 4 of our KBN crew are going separate places out of state this weekend. Which is the best? Kyle's on the bachelor party in New Orleans. He gets 25% of the vote. Ben Brust, myself, going to a wedding in Charlotte, 11% of the vote. Brad Nortman staying at a club where they all have to wear loafers and really nice pants. That is 11% of the vote.
Cool.
And Alex Strofe going to Nashville, 53% of the vote. People want to party with you, Strofe.
I wonder if there's an expectation in that vote, maybe a tilt at winning, is that they think he's going to the Packer game. I wonder if that would change it. I feel like I've been deceived. I thought legitimately
I've been deceived as well.
I thought he had tickets.
You were not deceived.
Yes,
I am
color me deceived, Strofe.
I never once said that.
But why else? But it's the expectation, that like you're a big time guy now. Like,
well, okay. Well, I appreciate the compliment.
You can save your money without any rent payments.
You don't know my life.
If you're going to prove you're worthy of that winter warning Packer package, a real Packer backer would find his way to the game.
I got to bring that shirt and that hat down. Thank you for the reminder, Bradley. All my gear, the official Packer backer of KBN Nation. Look, I never deceived anybody. I booked this trip back in July, and I said, hey, Packers play in Nashville. Seems like a good little getaway early in the season. I don't feel too bad missing 1 episode of Green Bay Game Day on Sunday, which you can hear the infamous and incomparable Gabe Neitzel filling in on my behalf with Brian Bulaga, John Anderson, Jason Wilde, and Rob Domofsky, beginning at 9 a.m. on ESPN Wisconsin. I don't feel too bad about missing that. Early in the season, Packers are 1-1, backup quarterback. So, yeah, I didn't know it was going to be a backup quarterback at that point.
All I heard was blah, blah, blah. I fooled everyone. And maybe I did, too, with my best bet of the day here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. But if you haven't been to Potawatomi Casino Hotel, we're sitting here, and every time I walk out and look over and I see the seating for 200 people and I take a look at my baby, which is that 2,000-square-foot video wall with, bets I got going on baseball, because I love baseball and I love sports and I love the 2,000-square-foot video wall, and you will too if you haven't experienced it. 20-minute reserved parking spaces near the Skywalk. It's awesome. Swing on by, and the food is delicious. Literally, people come here for just the food. It's crazy. And if you love sports, you don't have to gamble. You can come here to watch sports. If you like to gamble, like food, sports, and drinks, boom. Nailed it. Got it all. Speaking of Brian Balaga, which Alex Strofe just mentioned, let's go to Mr. Balaga next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Tyler, thank you for all that baby talk there and parenting talk. I'll take some of those tips.
I was getting ready for it right
Yeah,
taking notes over there.
I'm taking some of those nips, taking some of those tips, those tips and storing them away. I do like nips as well. But Tyler,
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it, and he very clearly said no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Liss is more.
$1 million. That's big. Really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print everything for my business. Sure can. And the quality is guaranteed? Absolutely. Plus, you'll beat any price quote. Is that right? For sure. How about this one? We'll beat it. Can you print menus, signs, and flyers? Sure can. How about blueprints? No problem. What about red prints? Not a real thing. What if they were? We'd print them. And they'd look amazing.
Now at Staples, print more, save more. Up to $150 off your print purchase. Ends 11/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details and staples.com/price match for in-store price match guarantee.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform. The Coakley crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County.
One of my favorite things to do is listening to Homer and Tausch right after the clock hits 0 when the green and gold are done with their game, because Green Bay game night starts, and I get to hear who they pick for the dog of the game. Because if you don't, yeah, I know Kyle's not here. He does a fantastic bark. I actually want us to predict a dog of the game. That'd be fun. We'll do that with Brian Balaga coming up here. And if your dogs don't listen to you and you ask yourself, why don't they listen to me? Yeah, you might need some help. You can look for Sit Means Sit. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. They specialize in listening to what your goals are and then figuring out how to make your dog happy, confident, and, like I said, obedient. So check them out in Milwaukee or Waukesha for a free consultation and go to sitmeansit.com and check out their Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with no Kyle Wallace is Brian Balaga, the former Packer. What's up, Brian?
Guys, how we doing?
A lot to get to. We're excited to have you on this Thursday. Obviously, it was all super impressive in what we talked about in last week's win, how Matt LaFleur schemed up a plan to get it done with Malik Willis. And I was talking with Brad, and obviously as a punter, he has some visuals as to what scripted plays they run and how they prepare. But you lived it, Brian. So we were talking a little bit about how for Matt LaFleur right now, if Jordan Love is 50-50, like some of the reports are saying, they probably have to have two different scripts. What was it like as an offensive lineman? I know you probably weren't in situations, or maybe you were because, guys do get hurt, and it doesn't mean that they are going to play right away. Talk to me about what it was like as a player having to manage different game plans for different QBs.
Yeah, I mean, there were instances that Aaron was injured in a game, and he normally finished every game, but he was injured, and, you weren't totally sure if he was going to play, but you felt I always felt positive that he'd play, because he was a tough guy. So, I always knew he was going to play, but the difference between my situation when that was happening and this situation was the quarterback that we always had behind Aaron wasn't obviously Aaron, but was the same style as Aaron, right? So the game plan never really had to change. Yeah, some of the route concepts would be different. They wouldn't be as intricate, but that's all stuff for the back end, right? Up front, we were running our plays, running our runs, and that was the name of the game. And obviously what the quarterbacks and the receivers did was a little different because the backup wasn't Aaron, and he couldn't do what Aaron did. So, that changed a little bit. But this is a completely different situation with the Packers right now, the current team, because Malik Willis is not Jordan Love. They are two different players from what they excel at, what they can do, and that makes this a little bit challenging. So my guess is the Green Bay Packers have a good idea of who's playing. And I would say they know who's playing at this point, and that's the plan that's in. It's either the plan for Jordan Love or the plan for Malik Willis, and that's where they're at. I mean, it's Thursday. The meat and potatoes of the game plan gets put in today. So they know who's going. It's just a matter of when we find out who's going.
Yeah, Brian, that's a really good point. I remember most of the time, by the time Friday practice was over, all the guys that were questionable, you had a really good feel for, oh yeah, he's probably going to go, and oh yeah, he's probably not going to go. But have you ever had a situation where you were a true game time decision, similar to that of how Matt LaFleur is describing Jordan Love? He said, we're going to give him all the way up until 90 minutes before kickoff. He said that today in his press conference. Have you ever had that or been around anyone on your team that was that last minute as far as you wake up Sunday morning and you really don't know if you're going to play yet? I mean, that is really taking it to the final whistle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of that is true with what he said, and part of it's coach talk. Guys have a good idea by, like you kind of said, Friday or even Saturday if they're going to be able to go. Especially this is a road trip, so now they got to get on an airplane and go somewhere, and that messes up the recovery schedule. It's a little bit more intricate than if it was a home game. And home game, you could push this thing till pregame warmups. You're doing everything you possibly can. Road games are a little different because there's the travel involved and there's all that. But I the guys that I was always around, and sure, there would be Sunday decisions, but guys had a good idea going into Sunday if they were going to be ready or not. I've never seen or never really, maybe it happened and I had no idea, a guy warming up 2 hours before the game and him going, all right, you can put me on the active list. I feel good. Like, I don't ever recall that happening, but maybe it did and I had no idea. But for me personally, like, I had a good idea on Saturday if an injury that I had was going to be good or it wasn't. And it wasn't going to change in less than 24 hours.
We're talking with Brian Balaga here on Kyle Brust and Nortman before he joins Homer for the Homer Hour. We're live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel's brand new sports book. No Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman. Now, Brian, I don't know if you heard what I was talking about with Sit Means Sit and the dog of the game. But the dog of the game can be anything of your creation. It could be like, hey, Josh Jacobs carried the ball a bajillion times. He was our dog of the game. You know, Homer and Tausch get to choose. It could be, hey, Devontae Wyatt stepping up. He made some big plays. He's the dog of the game. Rasheed Walker against the best edge rusher on the other side. He was the dog of the game. If you had to predict who you think could have a huge impact in a dog-like manner on Sunday, who you picking?
So I'm going to go with the two guards, because Elton Jenkins and whether it's Sean Ryan or Jordan Morgan.
Shocker, Brian.
Because Tennessee's best player is Jeffrey Simmons, their defensive tackle. And if Jordan Love does not play, and say this is another Malik Willis type game where we're going to be running the rock, he has to be blocked. And that's going to be the responsibility of obviously the center as well, but the two guards are going to have to hold up and play well, because Simmons will dominate a game. He will wreck a game. He's shown that he can do it, and he'll do it again. So to me, the interior guys, the two guards, have to step up big this weekend. Like, listen, I could go up and down the list of the defensive guys. Like, they all got to play great. Obviously, we'd love another 10 points. Only giving up, that'd be ideal. But, like, I'm looking at it from an O-lineman standpoint, per usual, and we got to block Jeffrey Simmons. That's the biggest key to this week, to me. At least that's when I'm looking at the Titans. That's what I see.
I think we're doing the who is the Brian Balaga prediction of the dog of the game every Thursday with Brian.
Yeah, I love that. And Brian, I need a little bit of your insight here as well. We're here at Potawatomi Sportsbook, and I was perusing some of the Packers' futures before the show. I almost fell out of my chair when what was the first season win total, it was 9.5 before the season started. I felt pretty strongly about the over on that. I checked this morning, 8.5.
Oh,
now,
gosh.
I was like, holy cow, I need to go to the ATM, which I did, and get some lettuce to put a little bit on that. So it leads me to ask you, one, do you like the bet? And two, have your expectations changed at all throughout the first 2 weeks that would lead you to believe that the Packers will win less than 9 games?
No, I feel good about that. That's a great bet. I like that. I mean, listen, Jordan Love's coming back. Like, that's the part that I'm confused with, that line to drop. Now, if he would have been, if he would have been out for, if he would have got put on IR and potentially been out for 3 to 4 weeks, okay, like, we could see that. But, like, he's not. We won last week, right? And then we're in another winnable game this week, even if it is Malik Willis. So, like, I feel really good about that. And then we're going to get Jordan Love back either this week or next week, and then we're back to business as usual. So, like, to me, I can't believe they even did that. That's nuts. I'd take it all day.
Brian, we are getting to the end of the show here. Do I hear the music trophy, or am I losing my mind?
I do have one more quick question for Brian.
Go ahead.
How hard will it be for Matt LaFleur to pull off week 2 of a game plan with Malik Willis compared to week 1?
It'll be a little bit more challenging because the Titans have film on it and they can, kind of scheme up some or at least plan against some of these new formations and things that LaFleur threw at them and the motions and prepare their guys for it. But with that, there's things LaFleur can do off of what he showed on tape to counter that and give them new looks. So it's a little more difficult, but listen, I think Matt LaFleur and Steno and those guys are very creative. They're smart coaches. I think they'll come up with something good again. I really do. And at the end of the day, I always say this, it's up to the guys to execute it. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Well, Brian Balaga, we appreciate your time, and I'll be driving to the airport to go on my trip. Brad's going on a trip. Kyle's going on a trip. Strope's going to Nashville. We got a lot going on, but we will look forward to hearing you on Green Bay game day, and we'll talk to you on Monday, okay?
All right, guys. Take care.
Don't go anywhere because Brian Balaga is full of even more knowledge. And guess what? He's with Homer in 2 minutes for the Homer Hour. Don't go anywhere. It's been Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Potawatomi.